is he feeling after getting absolutely dominated against Onyx Esports on the same pick in game 1 of their series, right? He wasn't given the purple buff.
I mean, I feel like at this point, again, you're kind of just in that mindset of maybe you want to make up for that, right? You want to just have this kind of redemption game for yourself, and this is a good start. But hey, you called this, Wolf. There's the Lunox locked in.
They snatch it, and this is a very smart move coming up from Eseonce, knowing that it is a good burst hero together with the Martis and the Benedetto. You have so much damage potential. Your hero damage per second is just off the roof. Then you also snag it away from Falcon. You also hide your gold laner. So you have a very flexible choice here coming out from Eseonce. Now, what would the answer for Falcon? They have to pick up an XP laner that can go against the Benedetto. So that's the Yuzhong potentially, or maybe if they are considering the Uranus. This is going to be weird. The Frederick is also there. And then there's the Beatrix. Still, for Eseonce, you can go for a Claude or maybe an Irithel.
Okay. So they lock in XP lane Fredrin, which honestly we've seen him, I feel like, more in the jungle. Not sure how many times, you know, the difference there is, but that CC, that taunt is still very valuable. Again, you're also working with the Valentina, deciding which ultimates you want to take here. And you kind of can play around the fact that you have a Kaja as well. But still, you gotta allow ZipX to farm up here on this Beatrix, because when I look at S11 Gaming with this lineup, it is flashy, it is aggressive, and at the same time, there's just a lot to work with, because you've got to dodge, especially, pick potential for both is there. You got the Way of the Dragon, you got the Divine Judgment from both teams, that they can utilize that though. But still, clear speed and pressure from S11 Gaming is going to be something that they really have to worry about if you're Falcon Esports.
It's a big concern, right? Honestly, for both of the teams right now, they're going to have to be able to maneuver around. I think the team that can maneuver better around these team fights will eventually get the dub, because right here as well, for me, it feels like whoever engages first will be able to get that massive advantage in these team fights and skirmishes, especially around the first neutral objective.
I'm looking at the draft of both teams. Falcon's draft is definitely well-rounded. They have good late game, they have good early game. If they have a good snowball with the Fanny, it will be a very easy game for them. From Eseonce, however, they will have good 1v1, so every lane matchup is going to be good for Eseonce.
Well, we're here. We're at game number 1 here between Falcon Esports and S11 Gaming. It's a do-or-die situation. Both of these teams want to get off to a good start already early on. Wolf, anything that sticks out to you in terms of emblems or rotations?
I guess the Weapon Master Beatrix is not as standard as you would expect. Normally you go for the assassin, like a kill spree or whatever, but of course the damage output coming up from Justin, almost taking down Chan.
That's what we mentioned already early on, right? Yeah, the damage output coming in from Falcon is going to be absolutely insane. And it comes down to who engages first. Falcon, they wanted to go for it. This is their style. And S11 needs to be very careful with Ken on this Fanny.
Yeah, I mean, even just taking a look at the first blood rate, look at it, 87. That's quite a statistic.
Pretty high. You hit what, almost 9 times out of 10. Oh my goodness, that's crazy to think.
Yeah, that's pretty much they're going for it now.
Ken has the cutthroat, dives in, picks up first blood, and that's 1 kill over to Falcon Esports.
The F in FCON means first blood, apparently. One thing that I do want to point out for Falcon is that if you're looking at their composition, this is as meta as you can get. Like, Valentina's like S tier, like Fanny's almost A and higher A or S tier even. Kaj is like double S, Beatrix is like double S, and even Frederick is S tier. So an S tier lineup for Falcon.
I mean,
as meta as you can get.
Yeah, it's pretty meta, right? And still, I think one of the biggest things here, Wolf, specifically, is what does Justin decide to utilize in terms of the IMU ultimate, right? Because still, I mean, you have decent choices, but the best one is probably going to be the Way of the Dragon. Take it from Irwin, look for the setup with that flicker combination. But he actually just took Jotun's ultimate here on that Martis.
He's looking for some executes. Papadog going to be able to find the Petrify there with the final blow, comboed in. Yellow Flash going to fall. Chan joins in. Naomi can't steal it away. Jotun secures the first turtle of the game with his retribution.
Oh, very weird interaction coming out from Falcon. They went in for, instead of the Way of Dragon, it was the Decimate, which is not really usable at that point. I mean, you get your level 4 onto the Valentina because you want to fight under the turtle, but they kind of concede that.
Uh-oh, Kai gonna take it low. Ken picks up the kill with a high and dry. A beautiful bait by Zipix.
So you were wondering, Mirko, you know, Ken, where's his mind at? Where's the mindset at here? Well, obviously he's off to a way better start here, 3 minutes into the game, and you can see, right? Ken, the Blood Seeker. This man is #1, highest first blood in M4 for first bloods. And that's a great statistic. It also highlights how he plays in the jungle, regardless of, you know, he's kind of the type that can shake things off from previous games.
Yeah.
And again, they've had a little bit of time here to kind of reset from that that matchup against Onyx Esports.
Erwin, though, finds the way the Dragon. Gonna be terrified down by Justin. And that's a kill over, picked up by Naomi. Again, Falcon Esports, this is how they thrive in games.
I really want to know why Justin just picked up the Decimate once again, but this is what it is. Falcon, this is them uncaged. This is their comfort zone. This is where they can freely roam. That is true, Mirko. If they get kills, if they can become aggressive, they look really good. And this is how they want to play the game. They weren't able to do this against Onyx Esports, and now they're doing it against Aseonse.
Erwin gonna be able to actually jump in with the Jikundo. Jolton absolutely deletes it, but Ken jumps in the back line, finding the gold laner. Naomi to mid Zipix. Oh, dashing in. Oh my god. Forced to flicker out. That was a very aggressive movement by Zipix, and it just ended with him losing out on his battle spell.
That was interesting. I mean, that was almost the whole team of S11 there on that side of the jungle for Falcon Esports. So this is what we saw from the quote, right? That interesting gameplay, that hype, that aggressive gameplay is kind of what we're seeing here from both teams, and that's what we can expect from the series.
Oh, Ken. Just a few more kills.
Oh!
Wasn't even a question. He got it down. That's 4 kills for Ken in 4 minutes.
Wonderful usage of the Cutthroat ultimate coming out from the Fanny, just not wasting any pixel, any second, any split second, not wasting any time to get that kill. Wonderful display coming out from Ken. They need more though.
Erwin gonna be brought back by the Divine Judgment over there earlier, but Falcon just disengage. Yellow Flash now on the Turtle, opening up for his jungler. Ken with no purple buff. That's gonna be a taunt onto 2 members, and that's Ken trying to look for the Retribution steal. Jolton, way too quick with it. 2 levels ahead now.
Yellow Flash didn't manage to taunt Jordan. It's gonna be very difficult because you have some CC immunity coming out from the Martis, and this is now Aseonse. You know that they really want to control those turtles. You saw that in the pre-game statistics. And Erwin,
getting one back for his team. Naomi deleted, melted down. Zipix forced to rotate to the mid lane to help Justin out. Ken looking for his own purple buff, but it does look like S11 might be able to do it. Erwin jumps in with the Jikundo, knocking 3 members up. That's the purple buff stolen away by Chan of all people, and Erwin still survives. 200 gold now, the lead for S11.
I can't believe Erwin survived that, right? 1 shot away pretty much at that point, but still, I mean, given everything that's happened here, and yes, Ken has 4 kills, but hey, S11's doing a great job at actually just playing around that, and they don't care if Ken has 4 kills and a couple items at this point. They're just invading the purple buff like they should against this Fanny.
They know their windows. And then Aseonse also showed us this yesterday. They know when to attack. They waited for the right moment, 6 minutes in. They know that they have a little bit of an advantage over the Fanny. Then eventually they got a level advantage when it comes to the junglers. They invaded the purple buff, made sure that they get it. They even gave it to Chen. And all of these aggressions, timed aggressions coming up from Aseonse is really looking smart and really looking like they planned for it. This is the reason why they are leading now against Falcon.
Chaos versus controlled chaos. S11, so far, they're doing amazing. Ken just looking for some damage, but up against Jotun, look at him. He's so tanky. He can clear faster, too. He's right now dominating the jungle matchup.
I feel like this is so, I mean, Jotun alone, the fact that you have this jungle Martis, and very just utility has that objective presence too. I think they just get this turtle as everybody pretty much trying to get in position here, but they don't want to have it at all.
Erwin, again, just buying some time, acting as a distraction for the rest of the team to secure the turtle for free. S11 still looking for an Erwin. Is going to be caught by the Divine Judgment, suppressed down. And that's amazing!
Oh,
Final blow!
goodness.
A Petrify onto 4. Justin going to be able to get out right now. Papadog is going to be the one slain, despite having an amazing pick. Justin with Away the Dragon onto Jolton, back to the tournament. Double kill for Yellow Flash as Kai is forced to walk away. 3 for 0 for Falcon.
That was such a clutch Way the Dragon from Justin because Jotun couldn't get the Decimate off. He still had it. So he saved the team. I mean, Justin just saved multiple members for Falcon Esports.
Yeah, and SEO's a bit more than they could chew. They have already secured the turtle. They want to get the purple buff as well because they know that they can't take it away. However, they dove in too deep and they went in one by one. Erwin was caught in a very bad spot. Surely Papadog's Petrify and Electro Final Blow looked really well at this hit 4, but there wasn't any damage output afterwards. And Argentina just massive blunder coming out from their team. And this means that the Ken was able to get another purple buff on the opposite side of the map. And now they have recovered. This is an even game now.
Yeah, I mean, gold-wise, it's back to even at this point, right? But, you know, S11 Gaming, they're still in a good position to continue to fight, continue to be scrappy like this because, hey, if for some reason Papadog gets another one of those combinations off with Petrify, it's going to be deadly.
Well, Ken is still able to get out. Jotun, though, dealing a whole lot of damage, stealing the creep away. Divine Judgment onto the bottom side. Erwin going to be caught. Naomi picks up a kill. And I think right now, this is where Falcon really need to stop putting the kills onto Naomi unless he makes a crazy play like this. Justin still able to actually deal some damage with the Brilliance now. That's an amazing Terrify. Again, Naomi gets the kill, something that should not happen this many times. He's taken away so many kills and so much gold from his own teammates.
Well, they're still going at it on the bottom side.
Chan gonna be taking low flickers out. Let's talk about this, man, because Naomi on a Natalia, sure. On a Kaja?
My goodness. And I think it's not just about the hero, it's about them grouping up together. In the past 3 minutes, or even maybe 4 minutes, since the 6-minute mark, Naomi did not leave Zipix, as was Justin. That's why they're wasting some of the openings coming up from Esionce. There was a time where Erwin wanted to go onto Zipix. He was duly punished by Naomi as well as Justin. And they're not leaving their marksman, the supporting team. Positions 4 and 5, not leaving position 1 of Falcon. This is the priority now.
Well, they're going to be fighting for the Lord.
Erwin,
brought back
Divine Judgment, Petrify on the 3, but it does not matter. Falcon are going to be able to actually wipe Erwin off. Kai going to be dealing a lot of damage as Yellow Flash flickers forward. Not able to find any taunts down. Ken, with a purple buff now, has the resources necessary to look for something. Jotun just soaking in the damage. With the Lord take, S11, Discipline Gaming backs off and waits for the Lord.
Great, I mean, great take for S11. They grabbed the Lord here. Now, honestly, Ken wasn't in the position to even be there enough to contest the retribution. So still, a great decisive decision from S11 Gaming. And like I said, given that early game potential that Falcon Esports had, S11's doing a great job here at building upon this game.
That's right. I really like the timings of Esionce. Whenever they see like Ken on the opposite side of the map, opposite the Lord, they try to punish it, or opposite the turtle. That's why they got it. And then Erwin just sacrificed himself.
Oh, you gotta be really careful here, man. S11 has been playing this very aggressive game of cat and mouse. They're just trying to find a pick before Naomi can. And again, it's just that battle, Erwin versus Naomi. Naomi's been using the Divine Judgment a lot on Erwin, and Erwin's been taking that personally, using the Way of the Dragon onto Naomi.
I mean, that's the thing. Look at the map, right? S11 Gaming actually controls the map because they've got, what, 3 turrets. They had all 3 turtles. They got that first Lord. So, you know, you're probably thinking, what's going on here? Why is Falcon Esports struggling this much when they had such a strong start? And even having the tools like this, so far they really haven't been able to crack that defense from S11 Gaming. They're doing such a good job like this.
Divine Judgment, but that is onto Jolton, who's so incredibly tanky. Still going to be able to pick up the kill, but look at that in the back line. The damage from Kai and Chan. Almost wiping Naomi off the land of Dawn, but it's still just a 1 for 0. 12-3, but the goldies for S11.
A very important kill of the Jotun. This actually stops the growth of Argentina, of Esionce. And Falcon will now have the time to farm. So far, what we've seen from them is that Ken will be playing the opposite lane or the longer lane, while the rest of the gang will just take care of Zipix. And what did that result into? 8.1k gold for this Beatrix. It's actually very strong now.
You don't get to talk, man. They just want action 24/7.
going back to the quote. It's interesting, right?
It's interesting.
You love to see it here. The back and forth, but I mean, still looking at the kills, right, with it being heavily in favor of Falcon Esports, still, that really doesn't paint the picture of what's going on here. S11 still, in terms of even itemization, they're in a good position to continue to fight like this. And Jotun, hold on.
Gotta be careful. Terrified down. Zipix does damage now. Does a lot at the snipe. Oh. So close.
So close.
Jotun barely gets out of that one, but this will enable Falcon to look for a turret in the mid lane. Tier 1. No. Actually, great defense by S11 and good zoning by Erwin.
Yep. You're gonna have to take though, by the way, Falcon. They have the fleeting time on the Kaja. That's probably why SEONSE are not really just, not on time when it comes to defending against the Divine Judgment. That is something that they have to take note of.
Oh, this one's going to be tough, though. Ken actually here for this Lord. So in good position. Justin holding on to the Decimate, too. Do they actually commit to this one? Look at the positioning from S11. Lord going to be half health here. Yellow Flash tanking the majority of it. And they back off for the reset. Does S11 go in?
Erwin wants to go in, doesn't get the way the dragon onto Justin properly though. Now it's gonna be the turn. Oh my god! A beautiful retribution by Ken. As Papadon gets out, but it's a fadeaway kill for Zipix. Ken still going massive in the back line. Gonna be taken down by Kai, but Kai falls to the hands of Zipix, who's going massive now. Almost taking Champ down. Oh, defensive flicker away from the Lunox. And Falcon, 2,000 gold lead now for them.
I really love the investment of Falcon right now. The start of the game, they weren't able to get Zipix into a good spot. He even had to rotate to the mid lane just to get a farm. And now he's 4-0-6. The way that they handle this is so well.
The Divine Judgment Flicker, and that's going to be Jotun who's going to be caught low. Justin flickers forward with the Decimate. Will lose his life in the end. But that's the interesting gameplay that Coach Dale said early on in draft. Now with the Lord still in that bottom lane, they're looking to get one more base turret. But with Kai finally respawning back up, that's going to be the final blow by Papadon to clear out the waves and also to deal damage onto Yellow Flash. The Petrify and away the Dragon. Yellow Flash too tanky. The snipe coming in! Zipix finds the monster kill. He's lethal now, 6-0-7.
You are seeing the fruit of the investment coming out from Falcon as they are continuously just poking Papadon. If Papadon isn't able to find an opening onto the backlines, he cannot close the gap because he's constantly being poked by Falcon. That's a problem for SEONSE because now he will have to rely onto the Way of the Dragon, which hasn't found the mark in the past few minutes.
Zipix in the midst of it all, gonna be able to
oh my goodness!
Zipix! Oh my goodness! Papadon gets out, gets Zipix down. Ken is styling, but Papadon gets out. So the heck was Zipix free hitting there?
I don't know how he survived for that long, but now this is a dire situation for S11. They could possibly go for the end game here. Falcon Esports.
Erwin gonna be melted down, loses the immortality. Justin actually stole away the final blow to deal more damage. The base is wide open.
Oh, what a taunt.
It's gonna be popped in by Papadon, and Justin picks up a double. And that's Falcon who secures a match point. Game number 1 over to Falcon.
What a game. I mean, it was a little dicey there for a little bit, but yes, interesting is the name of that game right there between these two teams.
SEONSE just found good timings in the early stages, right? They found good openings in the turtle fights. They eventually got the first Lord and they were able to get like interesting kills. Falcon, however, they have found the opening. At the first few minutes of the game, they weren't able to. Surprised if that will be the choice. Like you pick that up in the XP lane as a tanky frontliner.
I'm wondering too, right, if we see them actually lock in that Grok. We've seen Grok placed in the XP lane so much, whether it's with the Weapon Mastery or the high-end dry emblem here. So, but still, you're kind of in that position where, how do we play around this? There's the Marches pick, like you were just calling out, Mirko. Great option. We actually saw how tanky and durability it could be in the last match, and how that can be it's crucial for teams that play this Marches in the jungle, because objectively now you've got to match that if you're S11 Gaming. Now the thing is if they actually put pressure on this Harith pick specifically, you've got great burst potential, and if you can shut that down and allow, again, carry to really shine in this game, you're going to set yourself up for success for S11 Gaming. These last two picks, though, very crucial here for them, Wolf.
I have to have a frontliner too. Aside from the Kadita, you need something like a Grok deck to control. It's great actually against the Harry if you think about it, but you give away the Wall Church to the Valentina, but it's a choice that you have to make. Or maybe a Lolita, in fact, for SEONSE to kind of answer this.
Well,
It's, wow!
they take your
Okay.
suggestion and they say no. No.
I love it though. Selena, I have not seen this in
Wow.
a very long time.
Debut for Selena at M4.
Exactly.
I'm wondering, right? Is this really the game plan here? Selena and Kadita.
They-
And yeah, I mean, even looking at the players' reactions, right? I mean, I'm not sure 100% how they're feeling about it, but this is something new, obviously, and it's also, it can be deadly here, especially you're talking about pick-off potential. And the last pick for Falcon Esports is going to be this Ling here. How are we feeling about this, guys?
It's a Marta's XP lane for Falcon, so that's just a solid matchup again, right? Yu Zhong, sure, out sustains him, but if he can get out of the Furious Knife that easily and can get trades down and all-ins down the way he does, hey, I think Marta's actually takes it.
Unfortunately, the Ling is so much of a gamble,
I
at least
agree.
for Falcon. But we know that they can really pull through with this. Why did they say that it's a gamble? There's so much crowd control on the opposite side. You have the Selena arrow, surely you can dodge that, but knowing that there could be other setups.
Two
like
petrifies.
Two petrifies, the Kadita and the Yu Zhong, and then eventually the Pakita with the knockups that can be followed up with the Selena arrow. There's so much control that can come out of SA owns it. That's kind of makes this Ling a little bit scary, but this is Falcon, dude. It's
Falcon, dude.
Falcon dude, all right. Well, we've seen both team compositions, and it's a do or die situation for S11 Gaming. Match point for Falcon Esports. Who takes game number 2?
If it's anything like day one, again, 2-0 all across the board. Falcon, are they going to be able to do it? Or will SA Onse break that curse here? Technically, the Paquito is also at a 100% win rate. And Jotun was the one who played it yesterday, too.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, in terms of just the Paquito alone, being in the jungle specifically, this is something we don't see too often, right? I mean, usually it's in that side lane, but still running the high and dry here, that burst potential, that snowball potential is really good, especially when you're pairing it with a Selena pick here. You can already see even Ken going to be the focus, but gets out of there fine. Still, though, your pick-off potential with a Selena, with Chan here, is huge if he can land those Abyssal arrows.
Yeah. You can see the vertical jungling coming out from Falcon's jungler Ken. After going for his purple buff, he went to the opposing Grammar. I don't know if that will actually give him more gold, but so far it's so good coming out from Falcon. And we know Ken, we can call him Ken the Man or Ken the Man.
Hey, there are a lot of nicknames that Leo created for him. The Candy Man, the Burmese Python, I don't know. You could, or even the Dancing Peacock.
I'm pretty sure if you watch that video of Leo out there, when he threw those names out there, Ken's face, just read the room. Well, going back to the game, I mean, specifically, you guys make a good point, right? The Ling is kind of risky here, but still, I think you play off the fact that you have Naomi on this contract again.
They
smelled him.
John's going to be knocked up, and that's the collapse. First blood over to Ken. Hey, that's going to be the Abyssal arrow connecting, though, as well. Chan with an amazing pickoff. Both junglers falling early on, but Ken again with another first blood, dude.
Dude, the way that he pathed it through the top lane, he went in for, like I said, vertical jungling for Ken, right? And then eventually, he noticed that his Crammer is just, why is it not there? Why is it taken out? So he smelled where Jotun was and then outplayed him. Unfortunately, he got hit by an arrow.
Oh, yellow flash, that's a mid finds Papa Dog, eliminates him. Justin also jumping with the Black Dragon form. Chance gonna fall to Naomi. Jotun, no, he does not get the turtle with the red tree, but he does get it with a punch. He will fall to the hands of Falcon, though. 1.2k gold lead.
And that's massive. Yeah, that's massive for Falcon because the fight that happened didn't have any jungler around it. Yeah. But there were many kills for Falcon. And then because of the fact that Jotun is down for 2 deaths, Ken was able to get into his orange buff, which means that there will be a big advantage between the junglers that we have right now.
I mean, not only that, but the fact that all those kills are pretty spread well here. But Kai in trouble.
Oh, that's a 1v1. Zip picks one more hit. Doesn't go for it. Erwin jumps in, doesn't get in range. He actually went for the flicker instead of the petrify.
Oh, Naomi though, he
which
has
is
a flicker.
Interesting. Oh, Naomi. Oh, flickers forward. Just whips Kai, takes him back down. Erwin now alone, jumps in on the Zipex. No petrify to lock him down. He also has that purify. The abyssal arrow whiffing there, and Justin just gets out free.
I don't understand why they did not go for the petrify on the Kadita. That really is trippy. And Ken already. 3 blades. It's gonna be enough. Might go for Papadog again. Oh, there it is.
1 HP. He finds it with the orange buff. Gets out. Just walks away. Yellow flash though. Jolton's looking for him, chasing him down. Yellow flash, trying to get away. He gets out with a flicker too. That's why you call him the yellow flash.
Yeah, I mean, he flickered out of there just in time. And I mean, okay, going back to all the points here in the last couple minutes, still, interesting match, right? There's a lot of action 4 minutes in, and it's great to see. But again, if you're S11 Gaming, you got to be worried that look at this distribution of these kills here, as well as the gold. It's 3K ahead for Falcon Esports. Wow. It's very well spread. Naomi again with a lead in the kills with Zipex, and now the focus. Erwin can't find it here in the bottom side.
Up until now, there are questions being asked here. Why didn't Erwin go for the Petrify? And that really gave them a big disadvantage because we were talking about how much they can chain their stunts and how much they can control both the Harith and the Ling. And that's all down the drain because now we'll have to rely on the Petrify on to this Yu Zhong. You can see them just really struggle against Falcon's aggression because everybody's just outplaying each other. Yellow Flash is outplaying his lane matchup. You can see Zipex just winning the lane matchup versus Kai.
Naomi too gets a Divine Judgment. Erwin, he gets the rough waves out in time, but he is going to lose out on that kill pressure again. Mid lane pushed in, shoved in. That's the Abyssal Arrow connecting, and Jolton's going to be able to follow that up. Knockout strike. Chan finds that kill. Ken looking for some compensation as he dashes in. Has the time of the blades. Gets Jolton knocked up. No, he doesn't. But he does find 3 blades. Ken styling, dashing all across the place.
That was clean, right? That was a great play from Ken here, and it's really tough to. That was sweet, dude. Candyman. And maybe it sticks, right? But Chan, I mean, the arrows have been landing where they need to. It's just isn't enough time, and I feel like a big question too. Again, Erwin here with no Petrify. Every time we just, Erwin. Okay, he's gonna rough waves out. But still, every time we see a Kadita pop up with a flicker, I feel like that's usually cause for discussion because, man, people are like, why do you not roll with that Petrify? Now, you have to consider the fact, too, there's 2 Purifies here for Falcon Esports.
That's right.
So even those, the CC available to S11, they've got to get through that first.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Zipex is already up with the Feather of Heaven. But the conceal play might be really bad for S11.
Again, no Petrify. You can see impact here. Ken is going to be able to actually get closer. Naomi finds the Divine Judgment. You can say goodbye to Erwin. Zipex still going through. Oh, that's a Mon Force forcing the flicker out from Chan. Ken picks up the tier 1 in the bottom lane, and it's a 4,000 gold lead. 8-2 this time around. I don't know. That's a good Abyssal Arrow, but no follow-up.
That's the reason why you pick up the Harith against the carry, or you see the lane matchup really going in their favor. Papa Dog
is going to be able to get that Black Dragon form. The rough wave stolen away by Justin means that he can get out of that.
As you were saying, Wolf.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Harith winning his lane matchup already, and now he's able to push up his own lane, stealing the damage as intended with the Purify Harith. It's very difficult now to deal with him, especially with all the items he has. He can even push turrets because of his itemization and the natural progression coming up from the Harith. This is an uncontested Harith game, and Falcon are really just enjoying it, styling over S11.
Check this out, right? The M4 stat. Selena's debut in M4 after 51 games. I mean, and to be honest, she's got 2 kills right here for Chan, and I feel like the
big 100% of the kills.
100% of the kills, yeah, she does. But conceal play, they're looking for another here.
Justin able to dash out. That's Zipex jumping in with his on force, and Jolton's gonna be melted down here. Able to dash away for a bit, but now it's the complete collapse coming in from Falcon as they are looking for their targets. Ken on the wall, just chilling, backing off.
This is what Falcon does so well. When they have these kind of leads, they just keep pushing the gas, right? They literally leave their foot on the pedal here, and it's really hard to stop it because S11 Gaming, again, you're at some point of a disadvantage. Ken gonna be just fine, gets out of there, taking just jungle after jungle. And like I said, this snowball effect, this momentum that we brought up earlier is apparent here in this game too.
They're not stopping, and they're even controlling multiple parts of the map at the same time. With no Petrify, no lockdown, he missed.
And even the Selena, right? Abyssal Arrow connecting dive with Divine Judgment over to Papa Dog. He disappeared. Ken now, ooh, he was looking for that kill right there. Jolton comes in with 2 jabs. He's gonna be melted down. He's the one assassinated from his engage. It's a 2 for 0. Falcon walking the base down, but you can see that Abyssal Arrow instantly negated by Yellow Flash, who can actually just cancel the CC. Hey, just as I say that, Chan picks up the kill, flickering forward. That's the 3rd kill for S11 and a 3rd kill for Chan. Oh, they're playing with him now, man. Justin's not even hitting him.
I mean, he gets out of there. That's the thing, right? Chan is, I guess you could say, the saving grace here for S11, but to what extent, at what point, does this keep working? It's just a couple kills. You're still working against a massive gold lead in favor of Falcon Esports, and this should just be a free lord for them because, hold on, S11 Gaming going in.
This is a Hail Mary play. Papa Dog only finding Justin, but has the rough wave. Zipix now completely free hitting, using the Zaman Force over. Jolton's gonna be melted down. Naomi's gonna be able to actually deal a little bit more damage before Jolton comes in with a retribution, but it does not save his life. The killing spree for Zipix, a 3 for 0 for Falcon, and that's a free lord over.
The Hail Mary play coming up from SA Onsen did not work because all of a sudden Justin had a rough waves, stolen ultimate to keep him alive, and even punish SA Onsen. Papadog was in a very tight spot already, as well as Erwin. They're taken out easily. Then Jolton, every time he jumps in forward because he doesn't have enough itemization, as well as the fact that he is very squishy, he gets punished by Falcon so easily. And it's going to be very difficult now. No ultimate available for Papadog. This might be it for Falcon.
Naomi finds the Divine Judgment. Papadog melted down. Ken getting the knock up onto 2. Jolton forced to run away. Ken gets caught in the Abyssal Arrow, jumps out of the Fish Boys, gets out alive. Erwin is going to be the one falling to the hands of Justin, and he jumps in for more damage onto Kai. S11 surviving another day. Naisu, what you got to say, bro?
I mean, 10.5 minutes in, base half health here. That could have been an end game there, but still, Falcon Esports pressing this situation here. They do want to end this before it gets too late. They've got a massive lead. They're going to be working on these inhibitor turrets. They still got the top one. And S11 Gaming, they've got to defend here the best they can with the tools that they have.
Man, they took 2 base turrets down with the passive still intact. It's meant to clear out waves. It's meant to prevent these 10-minute ends. But Falcon, with their 13,000 gold lead, are going to look for the end here with the mid-wave. Papadog with Black Dragon form, zoning Falcon away, but it's going to be melted down. What? How? Now you see him, now you don't. What the heck? Disappearing from the map. That's Jolton 2. 3 members, 4 members, everyone just falling left and right. Chan able to find the Abyssal Arrow, but Yellow Flash is a bit too tanky. Falcon do not want to end. Ken wants to chase. Finally, they go in for the end, and it's a clean sweep. 15,000 gold lead.
No chance for SAOs to come back from that. Falcon did not let go of the grip. They tightened it every single second that follows. They went in to control the map after their early spike, simultaneously pushing the waves, not giving any free kills to the side of SA Once. And all of the choices that the Argentinian squad made from the draft to the battle spell to the first few rotations did not work against the titanic team that we know of Falcon.
I mean, there we go. Both teams showing the respect here. Unfortunately for S11 Gaming, they are going to be knocked out of the M4 tournament here. And just sportsmanship, very important between these two teams.
Those crazy, very divey heroes, right?
Yeah.
And Gary, as an assassin player, I think right now he's looking at it. You can see the smiles on Team Hawk's faces right now. They might want to go for something like a Hayabusa that can dive towards a Farsa, perhaps something like a Grok too. That is a very good flex pick into the second phase.
Really love the Grok here. It could be a counter the glue in a way when it comes to the laning stage. It has good peel for the carry, and you can cancel the ultimate of the Farsa. So I think that's a hero that they should be considering right now. Instead, it's going to be the Fanny. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so they lock in the Grok here, like you guys were mentioning. And again, if Fanny's open and you know that Gary's going to be one of the players playing in the fight, you know that Fanny is going to be opted for, right? So they lock that in. And again, going back to a previous series, you kind of saw how useful a Fanny can be, especially if that early start happens. But now you've kind of got to build around this, right? How do we protect that purple buff for Gary? How do we play around that? How do we get this early snowball advantage going until eventually we can transition to just allow
Do they go for the
shine?
Estes? I think they go for the Estes right now. Third pick. Because it can be banned out. There you go. They hovered it. I think there's no reason not to get it. There it is.
I mean, that was the answer towards a heavy dive composition from MDH yesterday. They were up against a Fredrim, a Lolita, and a Hayabusa with a Claw 2. Hey, it's basically a lot of dive 2 here, but the thing is, it might be a bit more burst. And guess what? There's a lot of CC from that wild charge as well. So, Incendio, especially here for that roamer, Apex needs to be very, very careful.
I mean, the only thing that worries me about Estes, right, is when it's locked in, typically the whole team is going to be centered around that Estes pick, right? That's kind of where that whole Ube factor even came from. But so when you have these 3 picks already from Team Hawk, and you're forced to fight around this Estes, Fanny can just cable on through as much as possible. You got to also be conscious of where that wild charge is going to come from. And still, we have 2 picks left from Team Hawk as we get through the second ban phase. And I mean, I feel like with an Estes, obviously the survivability, the sustainability is there, but still you got to be crucial about where you're placing, especially in the objectives, right? Because the thing about Grok, you think you have a good advantage in terms of objectives and spacing, but then here comes that Guardian's Barrier to kind of throw things off, and then you have Fanny flying around everywhere, right? So still something to consider here. Bans, though, for this phase, the Brody is going to be taken out as they narrow down those gold options. Also, Hilda is actually going to be banned out by Incendio Supremacy.
Yeah, it's all about the roamers for Incendio Supremacy. They understand that this Grok will be a flex pick and more than likely going to be in the X lane so that you can match up against that glue. While Team Hack, I really love this Brody ban because it is actually a good component on how the Turkish Delight formed yesterday. It was one of those burst heroes that can combo up with the Farsa and is easily accented by the Estes pick.
Well, on top of that already, right? Honestly, right now, Team Hawk, they're going to have to choose very, very well on what to ban in the final slot right now. My opinion, Martis. Get rid of it, right? We saw what the Martis was. Well, yeah, it is already gone early on, very early on. But right now, I guess
that's the next best.
Yeah. That's the next best, right? Just get away these bully junglers out so that the Fanny can have a better jungle phase, a better pathing in the game. And right now, I think they're doing a good job at that, getting away some of the bully heroes too in the gold lane.
Yeah, take out those utilities if you can. And I mean, even taking a look at this, right? Look at the Ocean Shaman. Number 1 highest pick of Kadita in M4, 3 picks, 67% win rate right there. That's great for him, and that's why that last ban was targeted towards him, because we know that Team Hawk is one of those teams that really like to play around that burst potential, and so they take it out here.
Maybe Fredrin or Leomord is the choice now for Incendio Supremacy. There you go, the Fredrin. It just makes sense. You need a frontliner. It has good sustain. It can help you initiate with the glue. So it's like you're the first man in, so the glue will have a better time at finding the right targets. And it's an open pick. You don't really give out your strategy just yet because you're hiding your gold laner. So what will be the answer now for Team Hack? They need to find a lot of damage.
Lunox.
Actually, a big burst. Lunox could be a choice. Eve is already banned out, so you don't have the answer to the Farsa. So maybe a Lilia, perhaps for Team Hawk, to go with the Grok and then go for a roamer that can also help you out with AoE damage. Maybe a Lolita, for example. Oh, the Valentina, we actually forgot about it. It's also still available.
Surprised it's still open, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something that we typically see here. Valentina being locked in, though, hey, it allows you a lot of options, right? There's the Lolita to complement this. Valentina, though, you can take the Feathered Airstrike. You can take the heal from Estes to have that Blessing of the Moon Goddess. You can work around that. Now this kind of evens that scale a little bit, and then this is going to keep Incendio Supremacy on their toes, right? Especially when it comes to what does the Valentina take.
Exactly. Well, now if we're looking at Incendio Supremacy, they can go the easier route with Beatrix, for example, like a standard Ube, right? But they can go make it a little bit funkier, perhaps, with a Pop and Koopa so that they will have a solid lockdown, or reliable, at least, lockdown to set up for their other lockdown so that they can push. Or maybe something like a Bruno that doesn't really care about the tankiness of their opponents. But instead, it's the easier route, the Beatrix.
It's just efficient. It's a good pick right now. Even though the win rate hasn't been too good here at M4, we've seen that teams can still make this work. Just earlier in the first series. And with this composition, like you mentioned, Wolf, it's just the Ube strat, right?
Yeah.
They're going in, they want to clump up, and they want to get that healing. Question is for me now, up against the composition that Incendio, well, again, that Team Hawk have right now, with a lot of CC, a lot of burst damage, and on top of that, they also have the Valentina that can steal away that Estes ult. The sustainability is there too for Team Hawk. How are they going to fare?
That's why it's so crucial to how this game goes for them, because with that Valentina locked in here, you have a lot of dynamic to work with. And Incendio Supremacy, they've got to allow that Beatrix to get online, right? Sunshine's got to be able to get to that point in the game where he can kind of pop off. You got to keep things in that tempo in your favor if you're Incendio Supremacy here, and we want to see that Turkish Delight pop off once again. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn here. The first game between Team Hawk and Incendio Supremacy.
Right off the bat, one thing that I noticed here is Gary actually went for the Festival of Blood on the Fanny. So Gary knows that he does not want to go for that crazy burst. He knows that the enemy team won't be alone, so he didn't go for the high and dry. He opted for the Festival of Blood just to prolong those team fights.
Good thing you pointed out, because it doesn't make sense against the Turkish Delight to go for solo pickoffs. And Festival of Blood allows him to go for more cables actually and be aggressive in the early stages.
Wow.
So to see it, there you go. The dash in from Min to stun him up for Gary to pick up first blood.
Just like that, right? I mean, this is what we saw previously from Ken with an early kill on the Fanny. You know, Gary is running a different emblem like you guys mentioned. So hopefully for them, for Team Hawk, they want to extend those fights. And again, if Man is taking that heal, that sustain, it really prolongs it even further. Now, Lola taking that high and dry in this Grok, if they can find those lockdowns, it's going to be troubling. Still in the mid lane, a lot of poking back and forth here between these two. It's Min and Man that has to be worked on. And a lot of this too, I mean, well, they get the flicker out, but still, all this leading up into that first turtle in about 30 seconds here.
Well, you know, you can see already a big advantage over Team Hawk just because of the fact that this mid lane get destroyed by Team Hawk. My goodness. Mid lane is the
Death lane.
Death lane.
What was that damage? What was that coordination though, right? The fact that all of them went in, put their CC in together, and Gary just used his ult. That was that, right? It was so clean by Team Hawk. 2 kills already.
But again, you know, at this point, early start, 2 minutes in, first turtle comes up. It's going to be really dicey if Incendio Supremacy wants to actually contest this. But it is TNZ here contesting it, but being zoned out by Min and Man. There you go. Man decides to take the ultimate from Apex 47. You're going to have that sustain. Uh-oh, Lola.
That's a solo kill up in the XP lane. Man coming up now. Alien's going to pop the split, gets out in time. Man trying to chase him down, but Alien actually just gets out, has a pretty good laning phase early on. Gary's going to be able to dive in just for a bit. Remember, no high and dry, no killing spree. So in terms of just that assassination, won't be as lethal. Needs people to set it up for him. Like that!
Oh!
Man, just as I say it, Numenal Blast to set it up for Gary to pick up another for Team Hawk. But Apex 47 now will be able to actually come in and break his wrath, finishes Gary off despite Man having the ult. TNZ now going to be caught low. Lola trying to look for more setup, trying to look for that CC. TNZ is going to be back to half HP with a healing from Apex 47.
Oh man, this mid lane is definitely the lane of death in this game already. Though Incendio able to equalize the cold that we have right now. Gary losing his life in the mid lane means that they will not be able to take out the turtle. In fact, Incendio Supremacy are not considering the turtle just yet. They want to clear out the mid lane and then deploy all of their members in a faster Turkish Delight activation.
Well, I mean, they're working on it, right? They're going to be setting up for something else here. They want to focus on this turtle. Oh, my God.
Well, Min is gone just like that. Gary looking for a trade here, but Rosa is actually going to be able to use the wings by wings, stunning Man up. He's very low. For the airstrike coming in, Rosa taken low. Still able to get back to Apex 47 with a healing to come through. TNZ on the turtle. Alien's only the other members away. Gary, oh my God! That retribution by TNZ Very, very close from Gary, stealing it away. Alien bringing Lola back. TNZ rotating over towards that XP lane, but it is just both teams disengaging. And Gary is still on that purple buff. We'll be able to secure it.
See, this is the thing, right? They get that turtle. Things now going in favor here for Incendio Supremacy. And all the meanwhile, Sunshine just having a good time at the bottom with Panda there. He did pick up the BOD, right? So he's got that Weapon Master, he's got the BOD here. And I mean, anything that stands out to you, Wolf, in terms of emblems here?
Just the Festival of Blood. The fact that the High Enjoy was the choice now for Lola. We see sometimes Grok pick up the Weapon Master against the Blue, but this time it's going to be the High Enjoy. I would love to see him be in action. So far, Lola has not been activated yet. Would expect him to be more aggressive, should be more aggressive, as Sunshine just becomes a...
That's why you get the skin, man.
That's why you get the skin. You get to fly, literally fly.
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Oh, what happened here? Gary trying to invade Rosa. Rotating as well. TNC gets the Retchi down, picks up the purple buff, and takes it away. Can we get the camera?
That's a new effect
there. What was that?
What level is your battle pass, Sunshine?
Hey,
I want to get that.
Level 151.
151, he's got the figurine and the special effect, the hidden one. But I mean, again, going back to this, right? Incendio Supremacy in a great position. 1.4K ahead here. First item's already coming out here, Wolf.
You can see the Cloud Destiny already available for Rosa, so he's finally able to survive like the abysmal laning stages they had. And Incendio Supremacy are already amassing all of the farm, and look at the defense. Sunshine with the damage. They still want to go for this.
They do. They really
They want it.
Rosa popped the Feather Airstrike in the mid lane already, though, so there's no more abilities to lock him down. Panda is going to be forced back away, but you can really see why the S-Test came through. Min now looking for something. Feather Airstrike comes in. TNC getting a whole lot of damage. What? Min gets bursted down again, deleted. And Incendio Supremacy now built up a 2.4K gold lead. Wow.
And slowly and surely, they are able to get the turret down bottom lane, and then the turtle uncontested by Team Hack. The aggression coming out from TNZ. He knows that there will be sustain from himself and his teammates. And now Alien with Dominance Eyes. He's gonna be surviving for now. Baits out that dash.
What a good play there. Distracting the enemy team. For the airstrike, gonna come down again up to the mid lane. It's gonna be taken low again. Taking the whole lot of the Bandit's Rage.
I'm sure, you know, if you were here the other day, Chas loving the AoE damage available from Incendio Supremacy, because that's what's going on here. You see how much front-loaded damage is not only from Rosa, but even Sunshine now. When they decide to go that route, they're putting on the pressure here.
This is the classic Ube formation, by the way, from M3. You get 4 members group up, including the jungler, and the XP lane will just take the long lane, or the opposite lane. And they just sustain themselves. My God!
Stands there menacingly. Sunshine's gonna fall. That's a shutdown come. Picked up Gary with the cable, styling on Incendio's Apex gonna fall as well. TNZ finally joining in with his team up in the top side of the map. Alien has rotated, but 3 members have fallen. Incendio bit off more than they could chew.
Good dissection coming out from Team Hawk as they forced Incendio Supremacy to commit a lot with that first kill onto Lola. When the Moonlight Immersion is down, you can see that Apex 47 doesn't have as much sustain as you can see. And also, Sunshine didn't utilize the flicker, which was interesting. I don't know if it was on cooldown back then, but all of those other, you know, minor mistakes coming out from Incendio Supremacy and minor over-aggression allowed Team Hawk to get so much of an advantage.
I mean, even just looking at this, right, the pick rate, this is for carry. 51% with a win rate of 62%, 17 out of 26 games. You can see why it's so highly contested now. There are some struggles where you see, you know, Panda trying to get in range, and just even how tanky TNZ is right now. And they have to respect this feathered airstrike from Rosa. Even though Rosa had a rough start, Rosa's done an amazing job at just still being very valuable on this Farsa pick. And now that this first Lord of the game is up, I mean, Incendio Supremacy in a great position to just kind of take this one. It's really going to be up to Min here to find another crazy setup with that Neon Blast, or even Lola. They could fight around that, but still, you can see every member of Incendio Supremacy pretty much trying to get in position here. They would love to secure this first Lord of the game.
Despite losing 3 members in that top side of the map, again, they're only down to 1.5k gold lead, which is still a very, very good position to be in if you're Incendio. Meanwhile, they're already chunking the Lord, now down to about half HP. Sunshine with a Bennett. Alien trying to just be that frontliner. For the airstrike coming in, the ground blast as well. Rosa's gonna be able to actually stand there. Before the airstrike responded back into Wings by Wings. Rosa gonna be caught. Gary with the cables finds 1 kill. Rosa is down. Sunshine still able to hit the other Team Hawk members away. That's a turret picked up by Team Hawk by the mini waves. And Incendio, Supremacy are playing the long game, but it feels like Team Hawk right now have the advantage. TNT catches man off, but that's a defensive flicker away.
I think for Incendio Supremacy, you have to consider taking care of Rosa. You don't have to take care only of Sunshine, because Rosa is a big damage dealer. It's very important and very crucial to the whole base strategy that Incendio Supremacy is doing right now. Every time that the Farsa is getting picked up, that's a massive amount of damage that's lost from Incendio Supremacy.
I mean, here, the focus on the top side, looking to get this tier 1 down. You know, core items being picked up here, especially for Panda, allow him to kind of skirmish a little bit better, but you can see how hard it is for Man to even get that Rose. He wants the feathered airstrike, he really does, or even Apex 47s, but he's having a hard time getting it, and sometimes he puts himself in a position where he can't. He does have Apex 47 now, but I mean, at this point, still, you want to be able to get in a good position for this possible Lord take. The downside is, for Team Hawk, you don't have that tier 1 down yet in the mid lane, and that's why you see Incendio Supremacy controlling so much of this, because they're holding on to that, and that does make a difference here. Now, that's exactly why Gary's kind of just going around the map, putting pressure if he can.
I really love what Gary's doing right now. It's very smart. Divide and conquer is the idea for Team Hawk. They know that if there's someone who's dealing with the bottom lane or the opposite lane, will have to spend a lot of time before they're able to regroup and take the fight afterwards. Here's the reason why they now diminish the gold into 100.
Gary stole the purple before he gets a kill too. He gets out on top of that with a healing from Man, stealing away the blessing of the Moon Goddess from Apex 47. Team Hawk, not only have they equalized, but they've got the lead back.
Gary, what a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy. His rotations were on point, and the usage of his ultimate, and he knows that his team is going to be backing him up. Instead of going towards the river, he went to the mid lane because majority of his teammates are there after his kill onto Rosa. And the fact that he stole that purple buff, because Incendio's idea is give the purple buff to Rosa now, so that is why TNT is not committed to the retribution now. Incendio have conceded the control of the Lord area.
Well, it does seem like it is going to be a free Lord. The crowd goes wild as Team Hawk secure the first Lord of the game.
So good pickup here, and all this resulting in just those macro decisions as a team, and even down to the micro decisions, the way that they kind of just moved around the map. They got some of those ultimates out from Incendio Supremacy, which gave them the advantage here. They're still holding on to that tier 1, but I mean, for how long now that Lord is marching bottom?
Oh, Man's gonna fall to the feather airstrike there. Min, in the midst of it all. Alien, oh my god, that burst from Panda. It's not even DPS at this point, you can call it burst because of how fast he's attacking. TNZ in the midst of it all, once again, jumping in. That's Alien, looking for the slam, pass. Lola's gonna fall. Alien, still, the front line again! From out of nowhere, comes back in with the cables, finding a trade. 2 for 1 in favor of Incendio, but the Lord still pushing him towards the base of Incendio, giving more pressure for Team Hawk to pick up more objectives.
Oh, Gary's just making a case. He wants to contest the title for the best jungler, the King of the Skies, against both Kyrie and Albert and Carl Tesius. They're really making all of these great assassinations and saving Team Hawk time and time again. That would have been a very good clash for Incendio Supremacy as they're getting all those kills and they're pressuring Team Hawk already, but the map as well as the control of the gold laners and the position force the mid laners. Gary's just making it difficult for Incendio Supremacy to cook their Turkish delight.
Well, I mean, again, you know, the fact that Incendio Supremacy is still in this game. Yes, they finally lost their tier 1 turret in the mid lane. They were holding on to it for dear life. They still have great tools here to win these team fights, and that's kind of what we've seen in the past couple minutes here. Whether it's TNZ finding a setup here, Apex is sustained, even Alien, if he can get to where he needs to be, they've got great things to consider here, and that's what we see from Team Hawk. Now, biggest thing for them, Panda, you gotta you got to let Panda just unleash, right?
Yep.
Gary has been putting pressure on the side part of the map, the top and bottom lane, and then he kind of just swoops in, and that's what you're expecting from this Fanny. But still, Panda, if he can get taken out from Incendio Supremacy, they lose a ton of burst potential. And Sunshine's already at this point on this Beatrix where he's got the damage, right? If he can be protected, again, sustainability here in TNZ, then you're going to be in a good position to fight and win those against Team Hawk.
Yeah. You need the wind of nature for both marksmen here. I think that is also the next spot for Sunshine. They're going to be waiting for it. You have to understand that Incendio Supremacy will wait for their items before they fight once again. And that will be just in time for the next Lord fight.
I mean, if you look at Rosa, also Winter Truncheon built up, right? So you can already see the respect being given, but
there it is.
My question is it too late? Because the thing is, Sunshine has been caught 2 times. Rosa's been caught 5 times before we see those defensive items come through.
Well, I mean, we just saw Sunshine pick up that Wind of Nature, and perfect timing, right? The next Lord's going to be up here, and you can see, right? Team Hawk has obviously that advantage, but again, I'm going to say, Incendio Supremacy, they should contest this. They have the right tools that they need. They just need to not be outplayed macro, right? Macro style, because you can see it, right? They have to park Alien here on the bottom side, handling those waves, not letting it be pushed in. And that is what Gary is even doing so well here for Team Hawk as they prepare for the best moment for this next Lord.
What they need to do now is to find the opening. Bottom lane, that will be pushed by the Fanny for sure. So who is going to defend that? Is it going to be Rosa or is it going to be Alien? Both are needed in a team fight. Or do they just fight literally right now and force Team Hawk to not be able to do what they're planning to do? And wow, okay.
Yep.
So
a little too far.
Weird.
Gonna go ahead and reset it for now. Lola, though, and still parking Gary on the bottom side, like you were mentioning, right? Putting the pressure there, it's gonna force Alien away. Now, that is a big loss here for Incendio Supremacy if they don't have Alien with them. But someone's got to deal with these waves. These walls just doing things here for Team Hawk right now. Incendio Supremacy, though, they're gonna have to deal with this. It is a nice little lead. They don't have Alien here. Half health for the Lord.
It's a good forced error by Team Hawk. Alien in the bottom lane. Min gonna be caught here by Rosa's feather airstrike, but he's gonna be able to go for the stun. Winter Truncheon, the dodge away, but look at them in the front line. TN's gonna be caught here. The healing comes in, but it's not enough to deal with the damage from Gary, from Panda, from Man, who picks up a double kill. Alien now, in the midst of it all, going for the chase, a Hail Mary, all alone. 1v5, has the split to buy a little bit more time to get out. Jumps onto Man, but Man, he has the mortality. The team doesn't care, ignoring Alien 100% of the way. They're gonna go straight for the base. 8 seconds on Apex 27, and Team Hawk, they strike first with first game.
Man, 17 minutes I think that was. They just decided, you know what, we don't need the Lord to win the fight, take 4 down, Alien, he's gonna do glue things, let him be, push into the base, and take that first game of the series.
All throughout the early stages of the game, you know that Incendio Supremacy has already gotten it. They are controlling the economy. They're winning the team fights. But it was a big blunder in the middle part where they got beaten by the side of Team Hack. And why was that? What happened? What did Team Hack do? Well, they won by macro.
Yeah.
Gary was the precursor. He controlled the map. He made Incendio Supremacy react so much, and then he went for great assassinations. Great macro display, but even better micro play coming out from Gary.
That's a Gary. Joy.
That's a Gary Joy.
Joy is a Gary pick.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see. Again, this is a very still weird, unorthodox draft, right? But it's Team Hawk. What can we? This is kind of something you. What's that saying with Malaysian teams? There's a certain saying.
You're never sure.
You're never sure. Yeah, I was thinking. No. I was thinking of the Tagalog version. But yeah, you're never sure, right? With these Malaysian teams here. But again, crucial match here. They're match point for Team Hawk. Incendio Supremacy. Even looking at the lineup, they've got great tools again, like they did in the previous game. But can they make it work here? Ladies and gentlemen, we're loading up into the land of Dawn. Match point for Team Hawk. Incendio Supremacy looking to extend the series. Who comes out on top?
It's gonna be very difficult to find out. You're looking at Incendio Supremacy. It looks like a very difficult lineup to pull up. I mean, I'm just talking about like ease of execution here. There's like so many conditions for Incendio Supremacy. If their composition is good, it's really looking good. But when it comes to like the raw damage or execution for Incendio Supremacy, it's definitely more difficult compared to Team Hawk.
I agree, right? Incendio Supremacy, looking at their composition, there's a lot that needs to go right, and especially that gold lane, because they're going to really bank on the fact that Sunshine and Rosa can melt down the frontliners from Team Hawk and the bursters, the divers, technically, Gary, Panda. The way Incendio are playing right now is they're peeling with damage.
Yep.
I thought you were going to mention the Ghost Bursters, but I feel like Faramis in a way isn't as strong as okay.
Missed it.
Not going to be able to get that, but still, I mean, very reminiscent of the previous game, right? A lot of early action here. The best thing, though, is if no one is able to get that first blood before that first turtle comes out, Wolf, who's got the advantage for that first objective?
I think Incendio Supremacy, just because of the fact that they have the Barretts, is very strong in the first few minutes of the game. And when it comes to like turtle fights, you can hold your ground utilizing your Daytona's Welcome. You can still pick up the Retribution when the fighting gets dicey, so you are actually immune to stuns or crowd control during that period. So I guess to answer your question, Incendio Supremacy should take advantage of that fact.
Well, let's see, right? Because early on, you can already see the matchup here. Sunshine is doing it a little bit better than Panda in the gold lane as expected. Because of this, Incendio do have a bit more pressure to play on towards the turtle with Alien rotating to the mid lane and actually lane swapping with Rosa. Rosa wants to get that level 4 quickly. The turtles reset it, and they're both just going to disengage.
Yeah, everybody's got to be pretty much careful here at this point, but across the board, all green lights for everybody. So it really comes down to how they utilize this, especially even with the Time's Journey on Min here. But the poking coming out.
Alien with a petrifying the final blow. That's a time journey, but Min's going to be taken out. First blood over to Incendio Supremacy.
Oh, great decision there coming out from Alien. Also able to secure that first kill for himself. Should also be that turtle.
Whoa! Gary coming in, picking up the retry. That's a missed time by Lola, as Gary now is going to be forced to back off. Tienzi picks up the kill. Man, forced to flicker out, and Tienzi will just trade that away with a purple buff steal on Team Hawk's jungle.
Fortunately for Incendio Supremacy, they found the post-turtle fight and won it, because the setup was already there for Incendio Supremacy. They have 4 ultimates available in that fight. Alien already poked T-Mac and got a kill afterwards. They have all the advantage in the world. Even Gary is a level under the opposing Barretts, the jungler of Incendio Supremacy. So everything should be theirs that moment. Fortunately for T-Mac, they got the turtle, but they lost the post-turtle fight.
Yeah, I mean, already off to a great start here for Incendio Supremacy. Again, playing around with this lead that they have. And really, I mean, a lot of it too is Sunshine just being able to farm up as well as he can. Now, he had the Corrosion Scythe. He's going to be working on the next item. Yeah. You got to protect Sunshine, allow him to scale up, because right now, a lot of that early damage with Rosa having an early kill here, running that last worship, you know it's going to hurt, right? And Tienzi, like we mentioned in the draft, having this Barrett's pick and just kind of being able to secure an objective with a Daytona's Welcome, being immune to CC, is really going to benefit you here, because with this early lead, you got to continue to compound interest it, build upon it, and transition to mid-game.
And the thing is, Incendio, they have the lead whilst also having 2 very late-game heroes that needs to scale, right? Remember, Rosa and Sunshine, they're waiting for items, man.
Yeah, they're going to be waiting for their major core items. I don't know if Rosa is interested in going for the Lightning Truncheon, but since they are utilizing this Lunox in an Ube setting, you want more of those AoE damage. And of course, Sunshine will be waiting for the Wind of Nature before they fight, so that Panda as well as Lola will be nullified by Incendio Supremacy.
Man, I just feel like there's also just a lot of magic damage from Team Hawk. You can already see action more for this turtle.
Shadow Stampede, bringing TNZ back. Alien in the midst right now. That's going to be the healing coming from Blessing of the Moon Goddess. As TNZ finds it as well. The fire as well. It's combo together. Min finally pops a time journey, but it might be a bit too late. He's 1 HP. Panda's very, very low. Alien's looking for the dive. Flickers out. Gary now caught. That's a Phantom Splash. Gary gonna be falling down to the hands of Rosa. Meanwhile, Sunshine, that was a 4v5 and Incendio won.
I mean, 4v5, and you just saw, that's how much the sustain from that Estes pick works so well because you saw everybody was quite low, but no follow-up, no kill was converted for Team Hawk.
Rosa, the Ruby DD play, the Lunox bomb just zones out the members of Team Hawk. And eventually, Incendio Supremacy are going to be able to take over the map. The aggression is going to be there. It's time for the ultimate bonding experience. Hell, the Turkish delight. You can now taste it. It's how being served to Team Hawk.
3.7k gold lead. And we have to talk about the Joy pick now because we mentioned it in the draft. Our team's picking Joy just because Joy's a good pick. Because it seems like right now the Joy isn't really working out for Team Hawk.
The Radiant Armor pickup coming out from the Barretts, which is TNZ. More of a sacrificial role now going for it. Just tank ability. Allow them to nullify the effect of the Joy.
Well, I mean, at least they get a turret here on the top side, right? But Lola having a bad day.
Lola is just not, having a good day. 0-2-0 here in this game. Incendio keep on punishing him, but he's under the turret. It's not like he has any counterplay to that right now.
Well, Rosa.
But deadly, man. I do agree with this. Number 2 in hero damage, as you see, very aggressive plays coming out from Rosa, committing the Lunox bomb against under the turret, and he will not stop. Oh, Sunshine!
It's a solo kill, practically. He goes in for the BMI, but will actually just fall to Sunshine. Sunshine still gonna be able to pick up the double under the turret while Rosa is tanking, and Apex is dealing out the heals.
Oh, it's very aggressive, combining the two ultimates of the Lunox, and of course the fact that Apex 47 can just heal him up. They're so aggressive right now because they don't get the Phantom Step to clear it out, and this is total dominance from Incendio Supremacy.
He's an assassin, he's not a marksman.
It's always sunny in the land of dawn when Sunshine's playing, man, because what a game he's having on this carry already. It's not even at the 8-minute mark here. Next turtle comes up in, almost a 6k gold lead. Massive here for Sunshine. And, I mean, it's Incendio Supremacy coming out just swinging, basically, at this point.
They know their timings. They know what they needed to wait for. And now they have total dominance. They will not be defending bottom lane, unfortunately, as Alien is far too late for that. Oh, I say that, though. Joy is not a great pushing hero, unfortunately.
Definitely not right. I mean, in terms of damage and team fights too, he hasn't really been able to dish out that much. Panda clearing out the mid lane, getting some pressure back onto the team, but Incendio, with their Benedetta that's ahead 2 levels, they're going to control the side lanes 100%. Uh-oh, Alien with Eye for an Eye, getting out, Gary jumping in, that's the final blow, back to worst Team Hawk. Stampede brings him back, but it's all for Lord Alien, oh my god! Almost finds a trade.
I mean, that's just how far ahead Incendio Supremacy is. But meanwhile, Alien going, 1 versus 4? Lord just taken by Incendio Supremacy, and now their eyes are up here on the top side of the map.
The maneuver coming out from Incendio Supremacy, classic to the strategy that they wanted to utilize. The XP lane will play the opposite lane from the Lord, or the long lane, and then they just take the Lord afterwards. They bought a lot of time. They even took the tier 2 turret up top, and now they're controlling mid. So with the Lord, I think that they will be able to clear out all of the outer turrets of Team Hack.
I think you've just planted Gary there. He's going to deal with the Lord the best he can, but Team Hawk going to have to sacrifice probably some more turrets here, trying to buy as much time as possible with that Guardian's Barrier, but ultimately going to lose more space across the map. So the question is, even at this point, as the game transitions even further, what does Team Hawk need to do here to stay in this game, to get back from this massive lead from Incendio Supremacy, Wolf?
Wow, I guess it's the Gary macro that will be the answer.
On a Joy, though.
On a Joy.
Unfortunately, I mean, surely you have a lot of dashes, right, that you can escape, but now look at the pincer maneuver coming out. Alien's just buying time.
He is buying time. Now, you can see Gary, the great escape, trying to run away. Apex 47 is waiting. There's Gary. He's going to be able to dash away towards TNZ. That's so many dashes. Hey, Gary gets out. It's clean, and it was easy.
Giving the thumbs up as well as he escapes that again. Maybe that's why, maybe that's why Joy's picked, because you get to do that, right? But still, is it actually value as, especially mid-late game,
team fights?
especially late game team fights? Because I can't recall who said this, but it's almost like Joy is kind of like a mosquito, right? You're just kind of buzzing around, and it looks really cool, it looks really flashy, but is the damage there, especially when you're considering it with how much magic damage is on Team Hawk? yes, you have the Genius Wand there, right? You have the Glowing Wand already. But is this enough, Wolf, for them to start to contest these fights?
I think that he's more of a shredder. So to answer your question, it will not be enough. But if he transitions to more of a shredder and Panda will be the sweeper, surely that will be enough damage. Combination of magic as well as physical damage in an AoE setting. So that might be what T-Mac is waiting for. They're waiting for critical mass onto Panda, who is holding on to just the Wind of Nature and Golden Staff.
What?
And look at them go.
Man, forced to use a time journey. Alien chasing him down. That's going to be the damage from Tianzi in the back, flanking, getting the position down. Lola defensive, wild charge out. Panda gets out, but when oh my god, in the time of just one basic attack from Claude, Sunshine is able to dish out, like, what, 2 passive procs?
Yeah, and look at this. Lola doesn't have the flicker, and you can see Min is dead for now. Panda will have to just back down. They don't have any teamfight integrity heading into the second lord of the game. Incendio will just take it for themselves. What Incendio did is just to force out some of the resources of Team Hack.
What?
Even the Lord was shredded.
My goodness.
I didn't even see the Lord.
He's just gone. I mean, this is a tough situation here, right?
Definitely.
And you're really wondering, again, was the Diggy the best option with all the available heroes here? And still, you know, at some point, it's really tough for Team Hawk. They're going to have to defend in their base here as that Lord is still marching down the mid lane. And, you know, I guess they can buy themselves more time, and that's what Gary's really trying to do, just keep pressure here in the bottom side. But still, when does Panda get to that point where he is a threat here? This is going to be really tough for them to defend.
Gary's too far.
9,000 gold lead 2 with the Lord already in on the base turret. Team Hawk trying to defend right now, as that's going to be the top lane base turret taken down. TNZ with an Adeptus welcome, forcing the time journey early. Man, still trying to buy some time. Goes for the Shadow Stampede to zone the other members away. 1 base turret down. Gary cutting the waves in the mid lane, denying the push from Incendio Supremacy.
I'll just be able to push out. So what Gary was able to accomplish is to defend the turret without him being in there. It's the mid lane. However, top lane still falls to Incendio Supremacy, inching to a 9.1k gold lead for now. And all of the heroes have all of the core items that they needed. Very tanky Benedetta, very tanky Barretts, and a lot of sustain. Oh my goodness!
Wow! While in the wild charge, he gets melted down by Rosa and Sunshine. Now they're on the base. The call altar has been placed, but Gary's going to be able to actually lose all that out.
Oh
my god, that single target damage is unreal. Incendio targeting base right now. Panda with a win of nature. You cannot win of nature, magic, and true damage. Incendio strikes back.
My goodness. Very different game here that we saw from Incendio Supremacy. Very strong showing, too. I mean, was this the full force of the Turkish Delight, Wolf?
It seems like it. We did say, we prescribed it after the first game that they should be answering all of those split pushes that Gary was able to do. It's what they did instead is to put a hero to actually manage a thing, that's Benedetta, and then ban out the 2 of the heroes that they cannot lock down. All they care about now is to control the macro game, and this time they know how to do it. I also love the early rotations coming up from the Barretts to press the issue against the Joy.
Remember when we said that the main cover peel for Incendio is going to be that damage?
Right?
I agree.
It's there, but I guess this leaves the question, does Team Hawk actually just go ahead and secure the Kaja for themselves? Do they want to go that route?
Yeah.
Again, Valentina still open as well.
Grok Fanny.
Or, Ling, I mean. Fanny's banned out.
All right, yeah. Grok Ling.
Grok
banned out.
At this point,
Ling, Glue.
Hayabusa.
Glue Ling.
Up against the Farsa.
See, this draft leaves so much open basically
I
at
think
this
you go
point.
Glue and Ling this time. No reason not. I mean, Ling, Gary is still very...
Ling.
say hot, I would say. Or still, you know?
I mean, I feel like the players themselves feeling this. That's
Okay,
Kadita usual.
there's the curveball. There's the curveball.
I mean, that's the dive you need up against the Farsa. Remember in game number 1, I think I just auto-piloted to game number 1 because I said the Fanny.
Yeah.
Fanny was banned out. The hero that wasn't banned out, that was banned out in game 1, was the Yutong, right?
Right,
So
that's right.
it's up now. Team Hawk, just pick it up.
Yep.
Why not?
Not to mention, this is also what we saw from game 1. The statistic, the Kadita pick for man. What was they call them? The shaman.
shaman.
Shaman, right?
That was actually banned out as well in game number 1.
So this is pretty much comfort at this point, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
for both teams.
just give it your all here on the best heroes you can. Now, you're still going to see those bans coming out from Incendio Supremacy focusing on Gary.
Yeah.
So still, it leaves to question, and you were wondering, even I mentioned the Hayabusa possibly, but like you guys said, you really don't want to go with that against the kind of Turkish Delight Ube strategy with that Estes there.
Okay, so Team Hawk will want to ban out the Brethren together with the Barretts and maybe another tank here in the front lines, or they might even consider banning out the Harith this time. Because the way that I see it, even when there's like a Kadida and Yu Zhong, because of the presence of the Estes and the fact that you have that passive for the Harith wherein you kind of reduce the crowd control that you have, it might be a consideration as a gold laner for Incendio Supremacy.
Well, in game one, they did go for that Fredrin, right? So you can see where Team Hawk are going. In game one as well, they just banned out the gold lane, which is also still a very viable ban to go for. You have a carry, something like a Brody can bully the carry early on. So we saw that in game one. I think I'm gonna expect the same thing here. But for Incendio, this is where it gets really Hilda. All right, they just went for the same ban. Yeah.
Well, I mean, best. Again, so much is left open that you're just kind of you're going through that checkbox list of yours.
Wow.
Okay.
Not expecting the Guinevere ban.
They did pick it up versus a Blacklist International, game number one. So, Team Hack with due diligence against
Is it time for the Valentina jungle?
This is literally 4 heroes banned towards the jungle from Team Hawk.
You're right.
I mean,
the Grok technically can
could,
jungle, so 5 jungle bans, right? Just thumbnail.
thumbnail. Well, again, it's going to force the hand from Incendio Supremacy specifically, right? On what jungle you want to play around
Brody's
here with.
available.
Yeah.
Brody might be the choice. I'm thinking either Brody or the Harith.
Oh, you can see it. There you go. That's what they go for. This is the game they went for yesterday.
Correct.
Oh, against MDH, they picked up the Leomord, and guess what their last pick was? It was the Brody.
It was the Brody. I wonder if they are considering something like a Kufra now for Team Hawk. Great versus the Leomord as well as the Benedetta. You have the jump, you have the protection. Something along the lines of, or what about a Baksha in the jungle for Team Hack? We saw that.
It's not a very Gary thing to do.
It's not a very.
It's not a Gary thing to do, but going against Estes, it's a great thing to have. At least on the team composition with the way the passive works here and everything else.
With Fanny and Ling banned out, might as well, right? If you're forced to play utility, go for just some anti-region.
Or maybe a D-Roth. Maybe we can see that. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's a Gary hero, and that's a Lolita.
That's a Gary thing to do.
That's a Gary thing to do.
Lock it in. Go the Hayabusa. He heard my suggestion earlier.
Yeah.
He heard what you guys said, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to show these guys.
They also kind of like pre-countered the Brody, right, with the Lolita. So, hey, go ahead, pick up the Brody. We'll see what we'll do up against that Brody. Other options, Iritho, we mentioned it. Brody. You know what? Up against this, I don't know. Melissa can technically still work. It's very tough to pull it off. They still go for the Brody. Up against the Lolita. Up against the Haya, too. I like the single target stun, the lockdown that he has. But remember, that damage can just be completely nullified.
Well, I mean, it worked for them yesterday, right? You mentioned this, the Brody-Leomord combination that they pulled out.
Brody-Leomord Farsa.
Yeah, Farsa. Estes has been working wonders for them as well. So why not? Have that comfort here for your last game, potentially last game.
Exactly. This is what I like about what the draft, how the draft developed. I mean, they didn't care about the glue anyways. The Kaja, both 2 of the heroes that are always in the discussion, right? Even Valentina is denied. Like 3 of the top dogs so far in the top bands denied. Not even considered. Even the Joy, actually.
You can see the adaptations that both teams have been making, the progress in this meta, just based on one series. They are improving this much. So I can't wait to jump into this one nice soon.
I can't wait either, because here we go into the land of Dawn. Our first game 3 in the series of knockouts. It's Team Hawk versus Incendio Supremacy. Who's staying in M4 and who's going home?
Oh, this is such a high stakes match, and I
Yeah.
love the fact that they went for comfort
Yes.
in this kind of
I
setting.
really want to point that out because in the game that they can get out of the tournament or stay in, face a team that will come out from the upper bracket. They bring out the big guns. Alien was amazing with this Benedetta. Rosa, very aggressive with the Farsa when he controls it. And that's also true with Apex, TNZ, and Sunshine. Whereas Team Hack, Gary with the Hayabusa, even when it's not that good, theoretically speaking, against the Estes, he will go back to comfort. Everybody just wants to play the best MOBP.
That they can.
That they can. I mean, looking across the board, too. Hold on, already early action.
Rosa dodging away, getting the healing done as well, but it's going to be first blood over to Min. Team Hawk strike first again.
All right, so they start off on a good foot here for Team Hawk, but still, you got to consider the fact you're working with 2 Petrifies. You've got Man and Lola running with that. Now, on the other side, Incendio Supremacy, they've got those 2 Purifies, right? Those micro decisions as the game unfolds here are going to be crucial if they can find setups. TNC, though.
Uh-oh, there you go. Min still having some peel there. Rosa coming back in, looking for the stun, gets it down. TNC picks it up. Gary, Weaver re-engaged right now, but the healing comes through from Apex 47. Gary losing out on that trade, forced to back away.
And this means that they will now have the Phantom Steed heading into the first turtle of the game. They did take out one important hero, though, from Team Hack. So that is 1 for 1 when it comes to the first few kills. Although, this is not like the best situation for Incendio Supremacy. Well, the thing is, they will have ultimates up on Rosa.
That's what I was going to say. You know, they've got, I mean, they're looking for another kill here from Team for Incendio Supremacy to lead into this first objective of the game, the turtle here. But still, you can even see, right? Min and Man in position, looking for any advantage they can find, but TNZ not going to be fooled.
A good read, but still walks into the bush. The rough waves of the Petrify. TNZ can fall. But the airstrike now coming down onto Man, and that's Alien who picks up a trade. Jungler for mid lane, 1 for 1.
All right, so they trade that. I mean, Team Hawk could be in a position to just go ahead and take this.
Yeah,
it might be better for Incendio Supremacy. Just give it up, right? You don't. Now TNZ's up, but he doesn't have the retribution either. So just like that first objective, Alien though.
Alien wants it, jumps in with the final blow, almost stealing it away, but Gary is absolutely on point with that retribution.
Unfortunately for Incendio Supremacy, their plan was to get level 4 to Apex 47. That's why they put him even when he's roaming, he was in the mid lane. And Rosa went to the XP lane so that he'll get his level 4. Along the way, because they were focused on getting their ultimates up, at the middle, TNZ was found by Man with the Petrify combo. He was shut down. And that was very bad for Incendio Supremacy because now they will concede the turtle. Gary, as a Hayabusa, doesn't have the innate advantage during the turtle fights. And them getting the first turtle of the game is massive for the Malaysian squad.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was all a result of, you know, taking out TNZ there early on and playing around with that. Setup though.
Blast and the flicker. Sunshine caught in the gold lane. And now Panda's gonna go on to that turret gold. Phantom Steed by TNZ onto Gary. Bring it back right there. That's a lot of damage. Rosa trying to follow it up. Doesn't even need to be here. TNZ jumps in again with a Phantom charge. Min is low. TNZ getting the healing back in. But it's like come through and Man's gonna be falling down to TNZ.
Rosa on point. That stun canceled the animation of the rough waves. And you're gonna have to hand it to TNC. He punished Gary, knowing that there's no shadow, no quad shadow already for Gary. Was able to pull him back with the ultimate.
Black Dragon form though now onto Rosa. The Petrify only finding TNZ. Rosa had the Purify out. Then on blast now. No flicker, but it finds TNZ. Still having the healing. Torn apart memory being popped out by Sunshine to zone the other members away.
Tough situation again. You know, you have a lot of those, that CC and ultimate available to you, but unfortunately Panda was already, what, half health, not able to really commit to that fight here. So Team Hawk kind of struggling, and Incendio Supremacy continuing to build up on this lead here. 1K gold, next turtle comes up. They're in a great position to actually go ahead and win this next objective fight as they still battle out in the mid lane.
Yeah. Alien now still in the midst of it all. Gonna try to go for the Petrify final blow onto Min in front of the kill. And that's gonna be Man getting out barely with the rough waves, getting the passive back in as well. But the sustainability from Apex 47 has been phenomenal. They're looking for more now. Quad Shadow in for the airstrike. Doesn't get Gary! Falls down! Rosa is an absolute Chad just stands there menacingly.
Oh, definitely. That is the term that I'm looking for. It's so much of a Chad because he went in forward, being a Farsa against the Hayabusa. And the best thing is he was able to land the stun, the passive control of Rosa, back-to-back stuns from top lane and now into the bottom lane. He's able to punish all of these slippery heroes as if they were easy targets. And Incendio Supremacy are really just on fire right now.
Look at the flanks here. You can see the Phantom Steed, and it's the collapse onto Min. Before the airstrike comes down, Min's gonna be stunned up. Min's gonna fall. Has the shielding up. The conceal is not enough to get him out. Panda now under the turret. Man, trying to get the breath of the ocean down. Incendio back off. Looking for the turret.
This is the thing. I mean, the sustain. The sustain is what is the huge obstacle standing in front of Team Hawk right now. And it's just too much for them to work with. I mean,
wow.
Panda's still scrambling here to really just farm up as much as possible. And it's Incendio Supremacy throwing everything at Team Hawk. Meanwhile, again, Alien having a great game so far in this Benedetta pick.
Look at this. Apex 47 actually opted to go for the Anticuras. And yeah, Alien, dude, this is the reason why they didn't pick up the glue. The reason why they pick up both Farsa and Benedetta as their first two picks is because they have mastered it so well. Rosa landing all of those stats. Alien controlling the lane so well, cutting the waves and even outplaying Gary at that moment. 0-3 for the Hayabusa. We thought that this would be a bad idea to pick up the Hayabusa. Now Team Max getting punished because of it.
Well, the Phantom Steed again. Incendio are looking for it. Tianzi bringing Lola back. For the airstrike not connecting just yet, but that's going to be the Black Dragon form popped in. Lola looking for some damage. That's a lot from Sunshine. And
Alien.
both of the teams, you know.
Alien.
This just looks like tilt coming out from Team Hawk. They can't land anything that they want to. They are frustrated on what's going on here. Incendio Supremacy in complete control here. Alien pushing in that bottom side. This is going to be just a free turtle for them. And yeah, going back to the question, do you really want to pick Hayabusa into this lineup, especially with, as says there, massive game across the board here for Incendio Supremacy.
We mentioned why the Hayabusa wasn't picked earlier is because they're going to be clumping up. What's the Hayabusa supposed to do on a high and dry emblem?
Exactly.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Incendio, they haven't changed their strat. Tianzi, though, is very aggressive compared to last game. Still under the tier 1, just zoning Team Hawk away for the rest of the members to siege it down.
The only hero that will be away from the rest of the team is Alien's Benedetta. And the Benedetta is not a squishy target. In fact, he can actually use the iframes to get out of the Hayabusa's damage range. And he's even like outputting more damage compared to Gary.
1 versus 2.
Everything's just going in favor of Incendio right now. I also want to comment TNZ. I think his mastery of the Leomord is top notch.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a glimpse of this yesterday. And again, why they swept that match they had, they're still going for it. I mean, in a great fashion here, man.
Petrified, that Sunshine caught. A good trade back finally for Team Hawk to get some momentum back on their side.
I mean, even with that kill, it's a massive lead here. Gary,
No, Gary jumps in onto 3 and they were waiting for it. Man now might actually fall off the Iver. Oh my god, that damage is unreal. Double kill, 5-0. Never tell Alien the odds. Tianzi going in onto Min. Lola's the one who's forced to back away in a 2v1 situation. And Incendio are dominating the Malaysian champions.
After a great kill coming out from Man, the Kadira, the Shaman, they managed to have a big blunder against Incendio Supremacy. Gary wasn't supposed to be there. You'll understand that they have many members out there. They have the Kadira as well as the Hayabusa, but they didn't have the damage. In fact, Gary was taken out so easily. And the fact of the matter remains, Alien is so stacked right now with the Bloodlust Axe and 2 casual items with the Black Ice Shield as well as the leg plates. It means that he's very tanky against the physical damage of Team Hack.
Honestly, if you're looking at this game, Panda, at some point, this is what we see so often with Carry. Either it shines or the team composition does so well against it that it just shuts it down. And that short range on this carry isn't enough to even get in the zone here. I mean, you're looking at TNZ just constantly going in with the Phantom Steed, pushing people around, and then the artillery coming out from Rosa. And we haven't even, I mean, we've talked a little bit about Alien, but the guy is just massive on this Benedetta, just like the previous game here. So it's so many obstacles, so many steps for Team Hawk, and now they've got the Lord to deal with on the top side.
Great spot for Man, but he doesn't have enough against this. Alien does not spot out Gary, and TNZ actually just utilizes the ultimate out of nowhere. I wonder what the next items will be coming off for TNZ. Is he considering tanking up with the Dreadnought armor?
Actually pops in the Phantom Steed here early on. I think he thought that Mon would be there inside of the bush, but they're already slow pushing the waves there. It was cleared out earlier. Top lane going to be coming down with Feather Airstrike as well. Rosa might be caught, has the Purify to get out of the Petrify that was placed by Man. Now it's going to be the Petrify by Lola, fighting a few. Numenal Blast onto 2. The healing comes in. Apex 47 still able to out-sustain, as that's going to be Alien picking up the base turret in the mid lane. Now in the 3v4, it's Man jumping in. TNZ back at it with Phantom Steed. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, in a 1v1, Alien is able to actually dish out so much damage, sieging that base turret down very, very low. Incendio loses one, but they might be able to actually get another here.
Oh, they're still going for it. One hit away on this turret, trying to defend their best and hold on to it. They still have that mid lane exposed here. It's going to take a lot for Team Hawk. I mean, they find one, but usually after that, they fizzle out, right? And that's just because of this disparity in terms of items for them. Now, Min, at some point, it could be a game-changing Numenal Blast. If they can find another target, get that numbers advantage, land the ultimates like they need to, overlap them, then they're going to be in a good position.
Oh no, Gary jumps in with a shadow kill. Does he have the quad shadow to get out? He does, but it's going to be read out by Incendio. Gary, no more movement abilities. TNZ recalling on his dead body. Incendio wants to look for the end here. Man with the flame! Trying to save the game, but Apex out heals the damage. Man now running for the hills. Lola jumping in with a Hail Mary play onto Rosa. The Petrify connects with the Purifiers there. Not enough once again. The Numenal Blast connects on a 2. But Alien connects on a 2 as well. That's the damage by Alien, by TNZ. 3 for 1. Incendio looking for the end to upset the odds against the Malaysian champions.
Oh, minions.
They're going to hold
Gary's
on.
available right now.
TNZ, though, still okay. That was almost a situation where Incendio could have ended the game here. They take the discipline route, they back off, they get the Lord for this one. It should be uncontested. Team Hawk just scrapping for anything they can. I mean, Gary's got to be very careful on his next decision here, because another mistake like that will cost them the game.
What I saw from the last sequence of events for Team Hack is that their backs are against the ropes and they're going for all Hail Mary plays, and they're okay to get hit by Incendio Supremacy, and every punch that's thrown into them definitely hurts.
Wow.
Man almost going for a double knockup into a double kill. However, the sustain coming out from Incendio Supremacy was there, and then the follow-up coming out from Min, utilizing the ultimate. Then comes Lola. What I saw from that is Team Max not coordinating their ultimates that well. Had it been that they come in together as one, as a team, that could be a completely different story. But this time, Incendio will get the second turtle of the game.
What are you supposed to do against this, man? I mean, 10,000 gold lead at this point.
10K here, Lord in the mid side. They're going to have to deal with it. They're going to be losing. This man making his way down, though. Can they defend?
Well, let's see the Phantom Steed once again. Lola. Oh! Numenal Blast! On to 3! Apex 47 going to be knocked up here as the Gaiavish comes in. TNZ to be taken low. The Malaysians are here. They've defended for another day. Man finds the breath of the ocean. Panda jumps in onto 3. They've defended for a bit. 14 minutes in.
Massive setup there. The Numenal Blast can change a game. It can change a moment here. Now they only get 2 down from Incendio Supremacy, but still working to get some space across the map. Again, you saw the gold lead here just a little bit ago and how much of an advantage Incendio Supremacy has. And even the items, Wolf, is there any saving grace here for Team Hawk as they try to make a play?
If they do find the openings, if they combo it up together, Man being an assassin, like a Kadira assassin, and then of course Min just initiating against Incendio. And of course, you have to use the ultimate coming out from Lola. If they combo it up together, you see the difference. They're looking really good. Now they have the damage. We come to a point that even when there's a 6.1k golden from Incendio Supremacy, you still have the chance. This is what Team Hack needs to do. They have to be disciplined. They have to be patient. They have to wait for their openings. Till then, Incendio will have the advantage.
Finally, Panda has gotten that item power spike. Right now, you can really see him pop off. And with the help of the others now, that's the rough waves onto Alien. Alien can be taken low. Eye for an eye popped in with the feather airstrike. 2 onto Man, sniping him down. The punish from Incendio Supremacy as they look to capitalize on this man advantage.
Oh, that was tough here. Now, that could very well be the defining moment as Incendio Supremacy gonna march down in the mid lane. No. They don't have Lord, but Black Dragon form comes out.
4v5. That's gonna be the final blow. Connecting onto Panda, who's gonna be able to cut away for now. That's Lola in the front line. Panda now looking for the damage once again as the torn apart memory comes in. That's them now. Blast charged in. That's one member taken out. Rosa gonna be taken low, but the healing comes in. It is too much for the Malaysian champions. Incendio has done it again.
Man, call them the dark horse if you want, the Turkish delight. They're here making another statement. They deserve this celebration as they just took out Malaysians champions.
Out of this world performance from Alien as Incendio Supremacy served the Turkish delight to the Malaysians. In the last sequence of events, they have picked up Man. Nobody died from side of Team Malaysia, from Team Incendio Supremacy. Eventually, in the mid lane, the usage of the Yuzhong ultimate was far too early. They have found the opening in the clutch winter crunch from Rosa, inviting so many members of Malaysia to commit onto him. And that's the reason why there were no more resources for Malaysia to work with. The ending push, the end game from Incendio Supremacy looked clean.
My goodness. Just cheer for them. They deserve it. The reverse sweep here in our first 3-game series.
Raise the Turkish flag up high.
Especially after when you cheered up.
Always.
But of course, these are the best 5 from...
Right? What's Yoonki gonna play? And what's Basic gonna play? How is he going to get to that point wherein he's breaking his own record? Or maybe possibly 3 Maniacs, or maybe even a Savage at M4. So now with that Claude ban, it looks like Coach Amux and Coach Azim know that they have to protect themselves from this prime level of Basic. There goes the Kadira. One more, he's gonna play in ban.
I feel definitely going to be a gold lane ban. Basic with super bloodthirsty, already 2 Maniacs. You don't want to give something that's meta, right? You want to cut down as many marksmen as possible, but no, instead, Todak focusing on the Mathilda ban.
This is kind of weird because I was kind of expecting for like a Beatrix because right now looking at the draft from the Valley, they have a lot of magic damage. So Harif is a good pick, but overloading with magic is kind of easy to itemize again. So I'm really looking at some kind of physical damage dealer from the gold lane. So I'm thinking of Beatrix, but it looks like perhaps they want the Beatrix to go through. Maybe it's kind of a bait by banning out the Matilda because Matilda could be something good against Toda's draft, but I can't see it right now.
Yeah, the Matilda actually opens up and allows for the mobility on the Valley, and Todak doesn't want that. I think Todak just wants to take it to their face and make sure that when they make an engagement, it sticks. The swing back, though, on the first pick after the second phase began, the Kufra, so they're looking to stop, this Hayabusa looking to stop that Lapu Lapu, and then they're leaving Basic open, so they're protecting their gold lane.
Yeah, so it's all about minimizing the amount of dashes that Todak can output right now. But with the Kufra going in, there is also the potential carry tank shredding the Kufra very quickly as it's in the air. So I think Todak, not only just the fact that, yes, I need to be careful and open up the map as much as possible, I need to pack some Purify in now. About opening out the map, I was thinking about, you know, something like a Toe, but no, it's going to be a Ruby, and the Faramir is locked in for Todak.
With this kind of draft, Toda really wants to fight a lot, so they really want to be chaotic. They want to start everything early because this is going to be very interesting for Chico guys to be using the Faramids because in their own MPL, Yumski is a crazy fireman because he always got those crazy engages, crazy catches. So now having them both being an engaged type hero, I want to see how they can control, especially in the river as well as the jungle side of things. Because looking at the Valley, they're quite tanky, I would say, with the Joy, with the Fredrin, with the Kufra. So if they do want to establish an attack, I want to see whether they're really going to be hoping for Hayabusa to deal the most amount of damage or actually fight around the carry and give more space towards the carry.
I think apart from the carry conversation as well, I think that Valentina going in front beside the Valley, you've got big ultimates from Todak. Two, in fact, the Ruby and also the Faramis. And these two, well, it all boils down to how Hoon actually pilots that Valentina. These game-changing ultimates could in fact benefit the Valley more than Todak.
Truth be told, going into this draft, I am worried for both teams because they have very small box control. When team fights happen, you have to find a better re-engage because look, your tanks, they come in and it's very honest. You have that jump from the Kufra, you have the pull from the Ruby, and then you both technically have a cult altar. So with that being said, it really comes down to who finds you first and who has the better angle.
Looking at this game, I want to see the first 3 minutes. I kind of feel like that will dictate how everything is going to shape up. I want to see if Joy can actually control the EXP lane. We are expecting that Joy will go to the EXP. And Hayabusa, I gotta say, looking at Team Hot, it didn't look well. I hope I see a different Hayabusa here with Rival piloting the Hayabusa.
Here we go. Game number 1 in a best of 3 is Todak versus the Valley.
Right off the bat right here, you can see both these two teams already clashing. It's going to be Mohamed Zain starting at the purple, Rival starting at the orange. I think the second thing that both these two teams will be looking at is go for that Little Wanderer control.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are playing slightly slow here, so no invades going for either teams. So we gotta look at right now in terms of the lane as well. Looks like there's no Roja going on. The EXP laners are going to the EXP, the gold laners are going towards the gold. So both teams, I kind of feel like, because this is a best of 3, they want to see the kind of temperament that both sides have. Do they want to play a little bit more aggressive or do they want to be a little bit more passive?
Which explains how, again, both teams let go of the whole box concept or range when going into this first game. Now Rival just peeks.
Very sneaky. It's like, you know, a ghost in the room as well, just trying to peek what the Valley is doing for now.
Very good map control for Todak, and it's just now that the Valley had a little bit of control from the top. And I don't know if this is a surprise to you, Lafel, the Joy is actually winning against the Lapu.
Semi not surprised, because in the early stage of the game, you do have to understand that the Lapu kind of needs his level 4. He's good at poking around with his passive, but the thing is, because Joy is moving so much, it's hard for him to actually hit his first kill directly onto Joy. So I kind of feel like right now, White Chicken with a lot of mobility is really confusing for me.
Yep, look at this presence from Todak down in the bottom lane. They know how important basic is, and they know the mid-game spike that the Brody can get. And Shark!
Supercharge charging it up with the hunting ball as well. Rival will be able to just walk on away. Basic, no engage, it doesn't stick.
Yeah, because in that kind of situation, Rival could not know that the Kufra is there because of the changes of how the bush mechanic works with a lot of disengaged heroes. Formace is quite deep into the Valley's territory.
Supercharge charges, but he charges all the way as well. Yumski will be hooked. Hoon will be the one to get hooked, and Rival picks up the first blood for now. The fight ensues. Rival will be jumping all the way back. Mohamed Zain going in with the ultimate, but will not be able to connect for now. It's going to be Cult Archer activating, and Rival will be having the turtle control.
Todak, the Malaysians claiming this territory early on. Not much for White Chicken to do. He has spent his ult, so he unlocked it, giving Todak a clear and free turtle in about 30 seconds after the turtle spawned.
Yeah, and that is because Formace was able to dictate the pace because he went into the Valley territory, actually forcing everyone to go towards him. And right now, Toda is in the third for the highest average total kills at 1.7 in M4. And it's not really that surprising because they're really focusing on this early and mid stage of the game. So the Valley, they're still in a good situation because the difference in goal is only 400. It really doesn't make that big of a difference.
Now, this is going into the 3-minute mark, right, Lafel? Looking at the state of the map right here, Todak has already picked up the first turtle and also a bit of a goal lead, but not too far.
With 200 on the map, the Valley knows that that was a hard first engage. This is where Todak is strong, and that turtle really just wasn't ours. So they're waiting for Basic to come online, for Basic to build a little bit more. The power spike, Shark get pulled.
Shark get pulled, the Super Shark will activate out the flicker over the wall, but it's going to be not going to be able to stick. The Cult Archer prove it so difficult for Todak to handle.
So I hate to say it, but I think I was right when I said no box gaming for both teams. And Todak is just finding the better and earlier and more decisive engages.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at the laning stage as well. Momo is actually trying to put Basic at a deficit because Yumski as well as Rival, they are waiting here, but the Valley kind of seems like they know what's up.
Yeah, it feels like a party at the bottom lane. It's going to be Supershark engages. Basic jumping up, but here comes the call on from the side of Todak at the same time. Supershark will be bouncing out, but will not be able to do anything for now. Both these two teams, they can't find a single kill.
Okay, with that kind of engage and disengage, we're looking for a potential clapback. The Valley just not ready for it, not right now.
Oh, here we go. The shadow kill going in at the same time, but Supershark will be dead to bouncing. But Rival will be able to get out. Yumski going through the purple box. Well, they're stalling the whole thingy. Will be able to get out of the way, but Hood terrifies him, and Yumski figures out the I'm a Venom will be able to miss. White Chicken gonna looking for more, but he'll be trying by Chico guys at the same time. Four mates will be trying to put out some damage, but remember, so Todak is running away. Chico guys 1 HP, but will not be able to survive. White Chicken activate the vengeance, but will also fall as well. It's a trade.
Oh, another one falls. An extended team fight. All this while, the Valley was just using that to buy time. They get the second turtle.
Yeah, looking at this, it could be a game where we're looking at whoever pulls the trigger first, because the way that you got to go in and out of the team fights, you got to micromanage all of the timings, the ults, the spells, because looking at the itemization right now, Joy already has that Genius 1, so a prolonged team fight will be pretty good for the Valley because quite a lot of magic damage is on their side. Rival here, having the Hunter Strike is great, is good, but I don't think the Valley, anyone will be really alone, so he can't really maximize the power of the Hayabusa.
Yeah, even if White Chicken does go a little too deep, you can already see that White Chicken's building hybrid. And I guess this is the best kind of Joy we'll ever see in M4. At least that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree, right? Remember, we talked about Joy. We're not too sure where she should go. Even there's a lot of debates online. And I feel like White Chicken is using this Joy to the best of what she can do, right? Pop the vengeance, find a pick up at the back line, be super annoying, and then, cause some chaos at the chaos.
All right, so far, it looks like the Valley has found their aggressive streak.
White Chicken, though.
Given an 800, 1K gold lead here in the mid-game 6 minutes, I'm thinking possibly just one more turtle before I start seeing Lord. And all this time, what this is buying for the Valley is time and space for Basic.
Yeah, right now Basic is looking pretty good because we got to remember that the Brody is pretty strong in terms of burst damage and has been buffed up recently in the previous patch. So people are like, oh, maybe he's not that strong mid-game, late game. No, not really. Brody right now is actually a monster. So if he can wait out for Chiku guys to use his ult, then Basic will pop off in this game.
I feel like what the Valley is trying to do right here is, right, I don't think they're looking for the kills. They're just trying to scare off Todak, make sure they don't engage, use Brody, use the Basic to basically push down the turrets very slowly. Look at the bottom side. It's really hurting for the side of Todak, but Supershark charges. Yumski tries to spin. Supershark actually catches. Yumski all the way in the back line, but Chico guys activate count on both sides. Activated count out there as well. It's going to be the battle of the sustain at both sides, but Momo, he's actually free hitting. Basic jumping at Chico guys drag 4-5 members, and it's a disaster. Overside from the Valley. A Rival is still alive as well, trying to output some damage, but the sustainability coming up from the Valley is still there. But Rival, the assassin, oh my goodness, he's still going at it as well. White Chicken buying some time, but the damage is down. 3 men goes down for the Valley.
White Chicken still trying. It's 4 mays and Rival. 2v1. White Chicken still gets it, shutting down the rookie jungler. And all this time I was going to say, 4 mays fashionably late, but not enough time to kill White Chicken.
Well, looks like the Joy with the vengeance is the answer.
That's right.
I gotta say, this is a good style for both teams because whether it's a good decision or not, if someone says goes in, everyone goes in, and that's what we see from Dota because it was quite an over-aggression because Momo, he flickered in trying to get those kills, but he put himself in a very, very tough spot where he received a lot of damage from the Valley. So I like this level of play. I like this level of trust, but they gotta make sure that the right calls are being made.
Yep, slowly we are seeing how that head-to-head graph came to be. We're seeing now how the Valley can come back, find these angles, and again, take control of the mid-game. There you go, that last turtle went over to the Valley. You see that Basic has built his Malefic Roar. So as soon as he gets like at least 2 stacks on somebody, someone's going down.
Yeah, I really don't think this is a really good fight from the side of Todak. They're just trying to put some pressure on the top side. Mobazane is already here. you know, just shoving them away. Need to protect Fried Chicken as much as possible. He's doing quite well as well. Try to put the attention more towards the EXP lane so that the Brody does have better farm. He's trying to push down these turrets.
Right now, looks like Todak's idea is they're trying to get any kind of objective because that's the way that they could equalize the goal. Because if they try to fight, it's really not going to happen. So they're trying to stall it out, try to see whether they can actually get this top turret. If they can't, they're kind of in trouble because this gives a lot of time for the Valley to set up something anywhere else.
Oh, Super Shark. It is going to be Rival, the first victim. Shadow Kill all the way in and giving away the turret in the mid lane. So much map control for the Valley now.
Oh no, they're gonna answer. They're gonna
Another
find
one.
Yumski.
Yumski will be at the flicker will be coming at the same time. That is one flicker burn from the side of Todak.
All right, so what we saw there was Todak setting up a huge top lane siege, but the Valley being maybe a step and a half ahead. They pushed mid, they caught Rival, and then a false engage onto Yumski, but they forced the flicker, so I'm guessing that's a big win for the Valley.
They had information because Mobazane was up there as well, so he assumed, okay, I just saw them top side. I don't see them again, so most probably they're gonna stay there. We could set up something in mid. So that's what happened. They saw what was there, and they made a very good assumption that they're not gonna move. So that's just calculated aggression.
Oh,
Is that a purple?
He did!
That's the purple bar stolen by Mobazane, and
Grab
that's
that purple!
the biggest problem. If you have your mid lane cracked open, but now the Lord has spawned. This is the first Lord. Don't forget, Todak doesn't really have a good Lord control.
Oh no, 2K ahead, and you can assume that a lot of that is on basic, and a lot of that is on fried chicken, and he's rocking that mystery shop. So best believe he's making the most of that gold more than 4 maze. 10% is gonna go a long way, especially for a team that likes that mid-game power spike 10 minutes in, and it's very difficult to find a way for Todak to get in there. We're looking at least all ults being online and looking for that engage. Who's gonna get in first?
My goodness me, Mobazane already chunked down the third Lord, already half HP, but look at Fried Chicken, look at him go. He's looking for the pickup right here, but he's gonna get stunned right now, but Mobazane at the same time, Fried Chicken fought so much time for the Lord to be taken away by the Valley as the Valley collapse on top of Todak. 3 members has already gone down, 4 mates, and also fighting for dear life, but would not be able to survive. Rival, the only one left.
Super Shark, man, he set it up so well as well. Since everyone is so clumped up together, there is no way this Hayabusa could work. So right now, Dota, they're really losing all the engages on Super Shark. He's really shutting them down hard.
And now they're making their way into the base. That shield pop.
Chiku
guys forced to use the cult altar early.
too early and too late at the same time. Yosuke will be dragging it out. Look at the damage from Momo. Will not be able to connect. Facing Shio all the way back, but Hood coming in. Wins the call out of his own. And Rival gets knocked up in the air at the same time. It is going to be Momo trying to output some damage to the backside, but will not be able to connect for now. Formace will be able to take down one something for now. As Hood will be taking down Chico. The stun going in. Formace, what are you going to do against Mobazane?
A show of sportsmanship between Zane and Formaze. I love how much this young man has grown from North America. We used to know him as these marksman junglers, as the assassin junglers, and now look him. He's playing Fredrin.
I mean, both of them know you're not gonna die, I'm not gonna die. Might as well show the world that we still love each other. So that was a very good defense. So the way that I'm seeing how it's gonna be played out is you gotta look at Hoon, which ult does he take, as well as you gotta look at Yumski. In this, look at his replay, look at Yumski. He's the only one that could reliably stop Super Shark. He can buy 0.5 seconds for Toda. That is what Toda needs, that 0.5 seconds. If he is nowhere near the engagement of Super Shark, the team fight is going over to the Valley.
And because of that swing, there is a huge gold lead now for the Valley, approaching 8,000 gold. And what does that look like in terms of items?
Looking at Brody right now, he only has 2 offensive items. The rest is defensive because he understands my role is actually to survive as long as I can. Right now, conceal play.
Going in, Momo look Rona, Yumski will be trying to delay some time. What was when the battle told that, but Yumski is taking a lot too much damage from the silent basic. Mobazane already looking for the Chico guys to kill at the same time. But look at Fried Chicken, he's in like so much time against Momo. Formace will be trying to fighting out the call altar going in, the shadow kill activated by the Todak as well, but will not be able to buy enough time.
Peter Bryce, what do you have for breakfast? I want some. This Brody knows what he's doing. It's a throwback to M2 Carl Teasy, winning that world championship, building the marksman this way. They're going to clear this wave, and they're going to take their time. discipline is the call here, 13 minutes in.
Right now, I kind of feel like Toda, if they really want to take a fight, they kind of got to take it in a very open space because closed spaces is very good for a Kufra. So inside your base, around the river, not inside the jungle. If they do want to fight, don't fight in the jungle. I know how strong Ruby is in the jungle as well, having AoE control. But at this point, you got to respect Super Shark. Pick your fights at the right location. With this current location, it's not good for Toda. So they got to keep this in mind in their next fight.
And the same can be said about the Lapu-Lapu as well. If you're in those tight corners, those alleys, it's kind of hard for Maze to predict where to land the bravest fighter and all the following skills. So that again allows White Chicken to just go roughshod straight into the back line. Now this Lord, it's as free as it gets. All right, gratis as they say here in Indonesia, giving them what, a close to 10K goal lead.
You're looking at a state of devastation. There's nothing that Todak could do. No contest, no nothing at all. Todak would need to lie flat at their base and just basically watch the animation there. The Lord has been taken down, given over the side of the valley, and this could be the very last push.
This is one last option that they can have, and that is don't care about your friends. If your friends die, let them die. Just move around the map. You have a Hayabusa because look at how the valley's playing. They play together. So if they're playing together, 1 or 2 lanes is going to be open. So try to attack those lanes.
Would you prefer that it be Rival or Formies who does that? Because it's only one of them.
No, both. Do both. Just trust that Yumski, Chiku guys, and Momo can protect their own base.
Just Delta split.
Just Delta split. If you're going to lose anyways.
No, not like this.
Not like this, Falafel, not like this. The conceal play going in. The Lord is already rampaging all across the base for now. Bottom side has already been destroyed by the side of the valley. It's out to Todak to try to defend. No one is coming to anything for now. It's going to be Super charging at the same time. Look at the defense coming up from Todak at the same time. Quite Chicken going on the back line. Momo will be able to do some damage. The Lord is still getting chunked out by the side of Todak. Nice defense, question mark. But that will be it. But Yomski, he goes in. The Cole also going to be activated. It's going to be a full fast battle in the bloodbath happening in the base of Todak as the valley will slowly make its way to the core. And they are not going to stop there. They are not going to go down without a fight as they will be chunking down on the core for their sweet victory.
The Langar has been quelled for now. Game 1 goes over to the Valley.
Yeah, looking at that, I kind of feel like Toda, they gotta look at Super Shark and they gotta look at the drop in terms of White Chicken's potential, because I've been talking about White Chicken as well, that it kind of looks like he doesn't care what kind of hero he gets. He will always make sure that he wins the lane. So maybe in the upcoming draft, you gotta really make sure whatever hero Formace picks up, you gotta use a hero that he can for sure win the lane, win the game.
And so far, the laning phase lasted maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and that's what you said, LaFell, right? Let's watch the first 3 minutes, see what happens. And Todak showed signs of life, showed that, hey, in the early game, our advantage is real, but that window of time wherein they found these false engages in the bottom lane just gave too much time to basic. More on that later. Let me remind you folks at home first about the M4 Pass. It's available now. Complete all active tasks and you will reach level 75 at ease and for free. Log in now to get exclusive rewards like the Beatrix Light Chaser and Beatrix Stellar Brilliant Skins and of course the M4 Beatrix figurine. They're all waiting for you in said pass. Use the hashtags Mobile Legends Bang Bang, hashtag MLBBM4, and hashtag Dare to Be Great when you're talking about it on social media. It's this figure right here, all right? So, with that being said, it's a 3-game series. We're gonna go ahead and throw it over 5.56% win rate, and again, 46 times banned in 57 games. So 46 plus 9, do the math. That's a huge amount of joys that have been seen in M4. So far, the answer by Todak. Oh, the Valley talked about this last night. There's the Hilda.
You're a huge amount of joy. But yes, the Hilda is here.
Makasi.
But the thing is, if MOBA Zane is going for like a Fredrin, a Barats, and all those kind of heroes, it really doesn't matter that much because the Hilda is really used to fight against heroes that are early game weak towards aggression. Fredrin and Barats, they're not really that weak, and they kind of got it doubled down because Hilda as well as Valentina is okay in mid, it's okay in pressuring the jungle, but they need at least one other hero to be able to answer that. And the Valley, they could honestly answer this pretty easy with a Lilia. Just clear the lane, and then fight back. So I don't think this starting part of Toda is that flexible for me.
Yeah, and I want to double down on the Lilia because you have the Lolita on your side, but again, it's Todak who's going to be getting the first pick on the swing back, now going into the second phase. There goes the Ling. So far, one ult, all right? Chico guys can get his hands on one solid ult, and that's the Numenon Blast.
I mean, he can only take one ult, so I don't see the problem here.
I mean, one good ult.
Yeah, one good ult, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you see, I've seen some weird strategies coming out from my region is that if you see a Valentina on the other side, you kind of want to confuse the Valentina which ult to take, right? So right now, I feel like Super Shark's Lolita Luminon Blast, that ult is too juicy for the side of Todak. So, but this is the comfort hero of the Valley. So what I feel like what the Valley could do is to try to use as a secondary engage to force Chiku to use the Luminon Blast early. So it's going to be like a Mexican stand down, right? Like who's going to use the Luminon Blast first will lose.
Malaysian standoff.
I want to see if Toda actually bans out the Akai, because I kind of feel like, actually, no. Letting Akai go would be pretty good, because having an option between the Hurricane Dance, okay, never mind. I know them, they would ban out the Akai. Like, I know them, but I'm trying to think, like, actually, it wouldn't be that bad. But you know what? Better be safe, because this could potentially be the last game. So, yeah, ban out the Akai. Good respect for Mobazane as well.
Yep, a lot on the board left, though, for Mobazane. Again, heroes like Mardis. Leomord performed very well for Incendio Supremacy earlier tonight.
Yep.
Please don't remind me.
Sorry.
There you go. But let me just run you down the reason why Leomord looks really good, right? If you want to draft a Leomord into your draft, you need someone to basically do the first initial damage, right? Like big mega burst, like the likes of the Farsa with the Feather Airstrike. The Yi could also help with the slow DOT, and then you allow the Leomord to just ride in, just sweep everybody up. But from the side of the Valley, currently, I don't see like that big mega burst. So
Not yet.
Not yet, but I don't expect a Leomord for now.
Is picking.
All right, so given that Formaze still doesn't have a hero, but again, that Hilda could switch up, Todak picks up the Lunox, and I think this is their way of just covering up the fact that they see, all right, Mobazane, eyes on you. You might pick up a tank jungler here.
I feel like a Farsa may come out from the side of the Valley because, you know, the Yuzhong has been getting banned away as well. I feel like that's something that you will pull out if there's no big black dragon coming to threaten the Feather Airstrike. So I'm thinking the Valley is leaning towards there now.
Okay, so here's the thing. They pick up a Lunox, sure. Strong hero, great, love it. But again, focus on Super Shark. Try to time when you go in, when Super Shark shield is down, because he could potentially result your damage to absolutely nothing. And look at the draft from Toda. They want his kill for a little bit. So it looks like here, Mobazane is going for the Barrage with 100% win rate, and Goon is picking up the Fermis. So this is almost like what Toda wanted to do, except the junglers' way of playing is a little bit different. They still want to clump up. They still want to protect their main damage dealers. But in this kind of situation, Toda, they got to make sure that they time it right, because they could get punished very, very heavily.
What?
And an Esmeralda.
I mean, that's the shields on the Joy that they're eating up. So I guess Formaze now wants a better matchup against Fight Chicken. So, you know, healing old wounds immediately from game 1 to game 2. Now, with that being said, Lunox going into the Barats, Lunox going into the Lolita. I actually want the Farsa. I'm once been twice shy with this Faramis.
Yeah. I feel like looking at what the final pick from the side of Toda, Esmeralda feels like that last resort coming out from Toda. And I really hope it's not the last resort.
I kind of feel like the way that the idea is that Esmeralda, except for her ult, isn't really reliant on getting all those crazy skill shots. So it's much more reliable going up against the Joy. And White Chicken himself has proved that the Esmeralda is actually really good, as long as you're not fighting against an EXP laner that kind of chunks you down so hard in the early stages of the match. So this could be a fine matchup in the EXP.
And I'm hoping it is, because this could possibly be the last game in this best of 3. Match point for the North American representatives. This is the Valley versus Todak. Looking at the early rotations, it's a mirror start, orange to orange.
Yeah, lots of things on the line right here for our Malaysian fans. Almost from the side of the North American region. They're holding their heads up high, but Yumski is here to wreak some havoc.
It looks like he's not really gonna get much because Mobile Zane did see him coming through, use the retribution on time, and I don't think in this early stage it really matters that much because what Toda wants to do for this time in particular is not really to punish heavily inside the jungle. It's more about delaying the fights because you have a lot of members that really want to scale up. Honestly, even the Esmeralda. So I kind of feel like what Yumski is doing is just to let everyone know, okay, you see Momoze, it's here. You see Super Shark, it's here. You guys are not gonna get surprised, so just make sure you guys farm up safely.
Yep, one small issue I do have looking at Todak's lineup is expect to see a lot of Radiant armor, expect to see a lot of tough boots, because their only real main source of reliable physical damage is Rival.
Yeah, but also another thing that we kind of forgot is that Esmeralda might do very well against the Joy, because every time the dash applies, and when she's using the skill, those provide shields which Fomace could actually use.
Exactly. And now Yumski, a little bit overloaded. He's trying to stop a little bit too much across the map, and this allows Rival though to cross over. Look, he's taking a small camp.
Well, right now, looking at his emblem choice, he really does have to farm out a little bit fast. So in this game, Toda's not going to do anything until like 6 minutes of the match. Once they got 2 items, then they can go in.
Oh, White Chicken going in already. It doesn't really have the ultimate as well. Now he actually have the ultimate. He's looking for some form of fight, but just waiting for the dash cooldown. But looking at Fomace, he knows exactly where White Chicken is going. Mobile Zane still working on a turtle for now. Fomace, okay, the dash committed. Yumski, look at how the members of Todak split apart, just providing so much vision all across the map. The valley feels exposed. They give up the turtle for now.
Right now, look at Lig, look at Rival. He understands, like, it's really gonna waste a lot of time trying to farm, but Super Shark smells it out and stopping Rival from getting the farm. And this is what Toda has to do, and the Valley, it looks like they completely understand what Toda wants to do. So, no surprises for anyone. Yumski, did he actually get it? No, he did not.
I don't think so. That's Yumski. I think that's the ultimate being used just to make sure that he tried to create some havoc. But because of Yumski being so annoying in the enemy jungle, the Valley, I think they've got their hands full, right? They cannot hard invade this lane, allowing Rival to just scale and hopefully get the items required to go into the turtle fights.
This is quite uncharacteristic compared to game number 1. We're 3 minutes in, not even a first blood. And of course, Rival here bought enough time for the rest of the map to go into a stalemate and get that first turtle. Yumski catches Hoon. Oh, he's trapped between 3 members.
Oh, that's the Bermuda Triangle from the side of the NA region is going to be... Oh, Yumski gets swallowed out right into the wall, giving the kill over the Basic. What a play. It's basically Mobile Zane giving free food for Basic to scale.
Right now, look at the goal because yes, a first blood was given over. But if you're a late game scaling composition, if you're not losing more than 2,000 gold, then you're still semi-winning. As long as you don't let the gold disparity to go to 3,000, 4,000, Toda still has a chance. But like you said, Leo, it's very easy to itemize against this kind of play. And Superstar is going for Tickle Guys.
Luminant Charge is already blast out. It's going to be Yumski that cancel the passion. Coming up from Basic will be allowed to shred, giving Momo Zane the kill as well. Chiku Guys will respawn with the Luminant Blast at the same time. It's going to be Rival jumping all the way in, but Momo is coming over the chunk, but the co-opter is denying Momo that kill. Momo Zane walks away alive.
I guess that's how this Theramis is working. Way to go, Hoon, proving me wrong. It wasn't really used for more DPS because their DPS is in the form of the peel. Off of Moba Zane, off of Super Shark, and we haven't really seen much of White Chicken. LaFell, you've been watching the minimap. What's happening up top?
Actually, quite interesting enough here. Looking at the way Esmeralda or Fomace is setting up his own emblem set, movement speed is very normal, but he's actually putting a lot of healing for himself. So he's really trying to make sure that the early stage of the game, he's not going to get punished a lot. So that's why we can see that both EXP laners, they're just cutting a lot, but not really moving all across the map because they understand we just want to farm.
Yep, and we're still waiting for that rubber band. Again, the fact that Todak is playing a late game lineup against the Valley who wants to go early on. We're looking for a mid-game power spike here. I guess that's what Yumski's working up towards. 2 deaths, that really doesn't mean much for this Malaysian Hilda. Now, second turtle already spawned up. Wow!
Wow, the
quick start!
Flicker, Yumski gets caught out. It's going to be Hoon zoning it all away. Rival is already there, but Moba Zane will still secure the turtle for now at the same time. Moba Zane just, I don't know what he's doing. He's basically showing who's boss.
And he is. This Barats is just standing there. He's rocking that Demon Slayer emblem, and it's working wonders.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You got to look at the base stats, and Barat's base stats is very, very strong, especially if he can get those stacks. Looking at his size, he probably has 16, 17 stacks right now. And in terms of items, Cursed Helmet is just really for the extra HP and extra damage.
Oh, look at how the Valley is actually cutting out, just sandwiching, making sure that Yumski, Todak is not very comfortable to be underneath their own turret. That's a lot of damage coming out from basic. Yumski walks away alive for now.
Oh, Rival and Formaze, though, making the most of the Valley's absence. They are going to get the push.
Yeah, they're going to get the push and they're going to go run away. I know the mission. I'm not here to kill. I'm here to take down objectives.
Well, that is what I talked about in game 1. Don't care about your friends. Fight.
Oh, luminous blast going on. Chico guys will be dragged all the way by Hun. Basic coming out, shredding Chico guys all the way to the ground at the same time. Fight Chico, look at him. He's all the way in the back line. Momo can't do anything at all. The bench is going in and Hun will try, but Momo takes us back to safety. 3 members from the side of Todak has already fallen.
The Valley just pushing that kill switch.
Formaze.
Formaze. There's 4 members there.
I don't think that Formaze can do anything there. The Valley shreds the Esmeralda.
Right now, Tora, they gotta slow down because they're already giving up 1.6k, 1.5k. They've been losing on a lot whenever they're going for the team fights. They gotta calm down. They gotta understand. They gotta split the map. They gotta open the map up. Do what they did just now in mid. Separate everyone. Don't let the Valley fight.
And so far, the way that Todak is responding to the Valley's aggression is just quelled by Moba Zane, who was, again, I mentioned earlier, grown so much since the last time we saw him on the world stage. He's currently #1 as a tank jungler. At M4, he's taken about an average of 7,394 damage per minute in the world stage alone. So that's what's standing in the way of Rival.
Rival. Man, he's gonna have a lot of problems. Yes, that is the turtle taken by Todak. That's just more like some form of, the consolation, trying to equalize the score. Look at how the Valley is playing right now. They're trying to use basic as a sniper to snipe down this turret. This turret will definitely fall in the hands of the Valley for now. But looking at Super Shimsky, opening it up, looking for the play right there. Both these two teams, they don't really want to commit.
A lot of this is free currently for the Valley. They are ahead. They're able to check bushes so much easier. And so far, what's it looking like? Again, Lafel, you mentioned, if they're at least 2K-ish ahead, they're semi-okay.
Yeah, right now they're still semi-okay because Rival has the items, but will he die here? No, he should be able to leave. Looking at the itemization from Joy, it's already looking like quite a nuisance. Genius one, and right now Momo has to run away.
Yeah, Momo will be able to run away. Basically, the random shot doesn't really be able to connect. Todak really looking for some pickups right here, but I don't think they can find any pickups. Todak is defaulting to just pushing down turrets left, right, center.
All right, good news, bad news. For Todak, the fact that the Valley isn't as aggressive anymore is a good thing, but bad news!
Caught in a very bad place, and that is the base of the enemy, but he's will be able to walk away like a boss, but Fire Chicken, even with the dashes, will not be able to connect and chase Todak down.
Again, move around the map, avoid the fights. Fights are for nerds, all right? Just look for objectives. Understand your win condition because look at this. The way that they're moving around the map, right now the goal is 600 from 1.6. So 1,000 gold lead, well not lead, but they got to recover back based on that.
Guys,
again, wait for the items, then fight. Don't fight yet.
Lafel,
Don't be a nerd.
It's crazy how Todak's handling this, right? 0 kills on the board, equalizing in terms of the goal, but they're trying to pick up a lot of fight on the enemy side of the map because, 4 mace on the Esmeralda has been cutting the way, putting a lot of pressure. The Valley can't even look at vibe. Oh no, he got stunned now. The Brilliance will not be able to pop, and the Valley cracks open the midnight.
And now this makes this Lord all the more juicy, all the more safer. Look at Yumski, the position. He's gonna do barely bother Basic and the rest of the gang. Look at how much Hoon is doing to look for a pull. Not exactly gonna work out.
No, Chico guys.
Oh, 1v1.
Oh, it doesn't look very good for Chico guys to be on blast. Oh, what the blow play coming out for Chico guys. It flickers all across the wall, but unfortunately that is not enough. The fight ensues as the Valley, they're trying to talk down the Lord, but will be distracted by Todak. 2 members already go down. The Lord resets.
I'm just as confused. What's going on?
So I think what really happened was that the Valley, they were really focused on the Lord. The Lord chunked them down quite a bit. So what really happened is that Yumski just goes in, adds some stacks to his ult, and then just slams down onto Basic. He died because he took a little bit too much damage from the Lord.
Stay down, Peter. Pooh, stay down. But with that being said, 10 minutes in, I'm guessing maybe this is where we start seeing Todak pick up on their stride, because all this chaos across the map, this is where Yumski just relishes. This is where Rival wants to find those amazing catches. And now the angle. Lord at less than half health. Look at this push. It's so juicy.
It's so juicy, but speaking about juicy, Basic picks up Yumski. It is going to be Todak, unable to buy some time, but the Lord resets once again. The conceal play going in, just wave clearing. The Valley playing this macro game. And the play of Tom and Jerry. It's a bite. Chico guys will fall in the hands of Hoon.
This is the American Ube. They're not letting go. They know that they control the river. They know that they have priority over everything that they set their eyes on. And even Formace is gonna get it. And down bottom, I think Rival can force this, but oh no, he's in trouble.
He will be able to walk away. Rival does have the retribution, but will not be able to commit because Super Shark could land on the stun very easily.
This is free. LaFell, what's the response from Todak?
Right now, I'm just flabbergasted with the damage. But why Chica gets down? Yumski secures the kill. Okay, here's the thing, right? Is it really just basic? Because the amount of damage going over to Toda is a little bit too much. He has 2 penetration items with the 100 strike as well as the Malefic Roar. Looking at Toda, they kind of have a lot of armor. So I kind of understand why the damage is so big. So they got to really respect Basic's damage because Yumski tried, Formace tried, they cannot tank. And Rival is
you see that?
invisible.
You see that?
That's really unfortunate,
What was
guys.
he didn't?
He didn't. Mobazane didn't. We did. But again, this allows Todak to find these angles to make the most of the time they have. Good news, bad news, good news. This is just a level 1 Lord. And I think they are going to go ahead and defend clearly. Bad news is Basic is just feeling it. Basic just found his stride. Basic is going to use every little bit of space that Hoon and Shark buy for him. And best believe, soon enough, these inhibitors are going to be in trouble.
This game of Tom and Jerry, just Todak just running away as you come in, trying to stomp down on this cockroaches there, would not refuse to die. It's going to be Formace charging out. Basic is still in the right way, but look at the base of the Valley. It's going to be the Link all the way at the backside, and now it's Todak desperately trying to stall time. Basic picks up Chico guys at the same time for now, but it's going to be Rival cracking down the bottom lane.
Come on,
Look at the Valley.
please.
Look at the base. It's going to be Rival. The backdoor unsuccessful.
And the clapback is going to be all the worse because there's 3 members of the Valley knocking in Todak's door. And there's only 2 defenders.
There's only 2 defenders left, but what can Rival and Yumski do? It's going to be a super thick stack from the side of the Valley. There's everybody on this core, and they're looking to end it. 7 seconds. They just need to buy a minute one more time. Rival goes into the temple to play at the same time, but will not be able to do anything to stall it down.
No waves. LaFell, can they still do this?
They can still do this because, again, Chiku guys as well as Momo has recovered. If only they were able to survive, it would have done well. So now, Toda, they gotta look at how the Valley is actually approaching the fight. You gotta find a way to not get caught, because if you don't get caught, you're not taking damage. If you're not taking damage, you have hope.
And the hope here is that Todak is looking at a huge gold lead, right? 4K, but the map is on their side. It's easier for them to split push, and they force the Valley to basically have this permanent bit of damage, a gaping wound in the bottom lane, and that's all thanks to Rival.
I really like what Todak's doing here, right? They've literally given a run on site to any single member from the side of the Valley. Do not engage, just run away, just be as annoying as possible, and we buy time for Rival to slowly take turrets one by one.
Like I said, don't care about your friends. Don't care about your friends right now. Rival's going up against White Chica, but it's not a 1v1. It's a 1v2.
Yeah.
And it looks like White Chica still got the kill. What?
Yeah, it's just crazy, right? The amount of time that White Chica was able to buy at the bottom lane, and now it's going to be the Valley. It's a 4v4 at the pit right now. It's going to be a 4v3, mind you. And look at Toda. They're super greedy. They're doing so many things at the right time, but unfortunately, it is going to be Hood that will be lost. But no! Toda! They stole the Lord!
Where'd the damage come from?
Here's the thing, I don't care. He got it great. So, again, this is what I recommended in the first series. Forget about your friends. Friends are for nerds. Just look for something else all across the map. Objectives, the name of the game. What game? Mobile Legends, bang bang.
So friends and fighting are for nerds.
Exactly.
And forget those things if you want to win, and that's what Todak is doing. They've shrank the gold lead. They have a Luminous Lord marching on their side to the bottom lane. That lane that Rival just permanently put a dent in, that the Valley has to potentially protect all this time. And now look, Purple gonna get stolen here by Rival. Mobazane forced to respond, and suddenly the map is red.
Yeah, it's so crazy how Todak was able to make a bad situation good. They found that small little chink in the armor. They push in every single might. They break through the impenetrable fortress of the valley, and it's slowly getting shattered. The Luminous Lord was being able to defend by the valley. Todak right now taking turrets one by one.
That damage? Not cool.
Not cool.
That was quite a lot.
You felt it.
I felt it. We're sitting here. I feel like I have a hole in my blazer.
That's what that was.
That's what it is.
So again, basic, they're looking for an answer to this Beatrix. And Rival, maybe that's their one choice, right? Rival, Yumski, Formaze has already so much on his plate. He's dealing with White Chicken. I mean, 3 or 4 members of Toda are dealing with White Chicken, and now Rival making a play for top. Can he repeat what he did down bottom? Can he replicate the results?
I mean, looking at this, a concealed play is going to happen, but will they find anyone from Toda? They see Yumski. Will they do anything about it? Hermes is there. Right now, looking at Toda, they're trying to pull the valley all over the map. Like, hey, come chase me. Hey, come chase me.
Yeah, the Malaysian roamer says, make my day, come on down. But again, that's one big resource that the Valley have wasted, and Toda can take advantage of that.
Yeah, by the way, I know you won't be able to have that, perspective that you can only see what the Valley sees, but based on my estimation, the Valley has no information at all where Todak is. Whereas Todak, because the Valley is moving as a pack, but they will not be able to find Todak.
And I think that's one strength Todak has over them. Once this gold lead shrinks, once the map once again swings either red or blue, Todak can take advantage of that. Rival can make a play, can commit to a certain lane, and again force an inhibitor push, force permanent damage towards the Valley's resources. We're about 15 seconds away from this Lord, and look at how clumped up the Valley is.
Dude, one catch, the Valley just needs one catch, and it's GG game over for Toda. They don't know this, but Hoon and Super Shark are so close to Yumski and Chiku, guys.
Yeah, it's just a play of vision right now. Something to take note. Very interesting. White Chicken actually swapped to the Rapid Boots. He needs to go around the map from one lane to another very quickly because Todak is just creating so much invisible map pressure all across the board. This is a very beautiful game.
Not just that, I'm guessing the Rapid Boots could also be in efforts to pin people down, right? You have that passive that slows you down once you get hit by the carrier, and in this case, White Chicken. 2-2-3 doesn't tell the whole story. He's been holding down Todak, keeping them where they need to be for the past 18 minutes. And that's what makes this Lord so perilous, so difficult, already at about half its health.
Right now, it's going to be a base trade, ladies and gentlemen. Todak is actually going to try to take away the base for now. But look at the Valley. They're actually panicking, but no, Bombasang will be able to take down the Lord for now. It's going to be Chikugai, Yumski, and Formace on the job right here. They're trying to delay. But look at White Chicken defending against 2. But now it's going to be Todak trying to slow down the defense of the Valley. But now Chikugai looking to run away. Mobazane a little bit too far. As look at how separated Todak is.
White Chicken is the base guardian of the Valley. If he died right there, Todak could have won. Because look at this, Rival as well as Momo cannot deal with White Chicken.
Oh no, Rival, he's in a bit of trouble. He has to run away. White Chicken on the other hand, he's having a lot of joy right there. Momo going in, but look at White Chicken, he's still at max health. But now the fight has been done on the side of Todak right now. Basic, the Renner shot doesn't connect, but then Todak has to defend the Lord.
Right now, looking at the Valley, the Lord is there. The minions are there. They're clumping up. Toda, they have not won a team fight. If they gotta win, this is the moment.
This is the moment. The Lord is already chunk down one quarter right now. It's going to be the Valley going to look for some play for now. The Tempest of Blaze already used, and that's a big effort spot. If you're passion, oh no, it's going to be Swarm and Swallow. It's going to be Formace. Spin right at the board. Chikugai goes in with the counter. Will not be able to survive. How with the base of the damage coming in from Valley is a little little bit too much, but there is no minutes. It's up to this one wave, and Toda desperately needs to clear this.
Mortality popped onto Yumski. They're taking care of the minions. Rival doing his best. There's the ult on Momo.
It is going to be Toda fighting for survival in the lower brackets. The Valley, they're crashing on the floor. As ladies and gentlemen, the Valley survives.
And through their survival, one must fall. Our heart goes out to the M Series all-timers. The last Malaysian team takes their bow here at M4. GG well played to Toda, but tonight, only one team stands tall in this best of three, and that's the Valley.
Here following up with the Eve as well as the Fredrin. It looks like they're going to have a lot of fight because this is a lot of control between the Fredrin as well as the Eve, and the damage, one can just deal it all day.
Yep, the GOAT, Coach Cabral, seems to have found the groove. He's playing a chess match against Coach Mundo, and I like how these two are picked up in this order, right? The Fredrin and then the Eve, because you still don't know where the Fredrin's going.
Fredrin could go into the jungle, could go in the XP lane. It's RRQ throwing that question over the side of Occupied Thrones. They're not really revealing every single thing in their cards just yet, but they've already revealed their game plan, right? I want to go to the late game with a 1-1, then of course set it up with the box, the real world manipulation. However, Occupied Throne can also do the same as well.
Okay, I want to start setting up the storyline for this game where I see the Claude here, where I would say it's a very mixed bag because people with very high mechanical skills are able to use the Claude in a way that you're dodging a lot of the skill shots. But the thing is, with the Claude, you have a very low amount of HP, even amongst all of the marksmen here. So having this Claude, you're really having quite a risk in your own pick and ban. This is a very strong hero. Don't get me wrong, but it's very, very risky. And now they pick up a Kaja. I'm even looking at this. Is the Kaja really that well for them? Because Kaja picks someone off. Do they have enough burst damage?
Yeah, I think what Kaja could do, right? This ultimate meant to abduct. You want to make sure that, you know, you take away the second skill of the 1-1, abduct her all the way into the lovely hands of the stun. But then again, I think that's something that you cannot purify away, right?
Yeah, no, the problem for me is the fact that the Kaja is good when you're ahead. When you're behind, you're gonna have to find mistakes that your opponent makes on the map. And against a team that's so well-oiled as RRQ Akira, that's rarely going to happen. And you mentioned the Claude, Lafell. You talked about how in the hands of Gado, it might take a while to build up. That makes the Kaja a non-starter. It's going to be an odd interaction. And now, the answer, foot's on the other shoe, or the shoe's on the other foot. Oh, mind my words. The Kaja gets answered by the Kufra.
Yeah, and right now it looks like we're finishing off the draft with the Nakai for Occupied Thrones. Now, I'm analyzing the draft right now, and it's going to be a very difficult game for the Kaja because, like you said, for a Kaja, you're kind of setting up the map for yourself because you want to have bush control. If you cannot control the bush, you can't actually get whoever you want to get. And if you don't have the bush control, you don't get to choose. And the thing is, it's hard to choose already. RQ Akira already having 3 very, very tanky frontliners.
And with that being said, the choice to give Leo here a Nakai is very Occupied Thrones, meaning that even in their grand finals of MPL MENA where they won their championship, this is a tendency. Just give Gado something that can carry with in the late game, and then just have the rest of the team try to buy time on the map. Jace, I have a bad feeling. I feel like RRQ saw this coming.
I don't know, man. I feel like if I'm Spider-Man senses are tingling, whatever is tingling. But you know what's tingling, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? The crowd is just cheering for RRQ Akira, affecting both of these two teams. Occupied Thrones, they're riding on it.
We're going into game 1 in this best of 3. It's the champions from MPL Brazil and MPL MENA. It's RRQ Akira going up against Occupy Thrones. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have to iron out a few kinks in the competition to make sure that our athletes get to have the best experience and put on the best show for all of us. Now, with that being said, a few more moments for us to digest what might happen.
So this is what I'm predicting and what we gotta look out for. The first 2 turtles, because whoever gets the turtle buff, you have a small advantage to actually control the map in terms of controlling the bush. And again, like I said, this is very prime for Occupied Thrones. If they do not get any kind of mistake coming in from RQ Akira for the first 2 turtle picks, it's gonna be very, very problematic for them. If RQ Akira, not only do they not get picked off, but they also established a good solid ground inside the jungle of occupied thrones. Then I gotta say, RQ Akira, they're gonna have a very good transition from mid to late game.
Yeah, but LaFell, I think at this level, at the best of 3 in the lower brackets, I don't think it's about, you want to count on your enemy's mistakes. I think you have to create the opportunities to allow the enemy to create mistakes, right? But at the same time, what I'm looking from the side of Occupied Thrones is the control in the mid lane. Valentina usually have a very strong early game presence and try to get ahead, but it's going up against a Yi, which has a lot of slows and also quite a good wave clear as well.
Based on the way that this discussion is going, it's a matter of Occupy Thrones moving much, much faster than we have seen them, both in the group stage and the knockout stage. And I don't know if that's possible. Again, even if our good friend Naisu says, they trained their minds out.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it was,
Whatever
right?
it was, yeah. We gotta...
See, you think about something too much, and you try your hardest, and the best performances come out.
Look
And that's what I'm afraid of here. The fact that Occupy Thrones is trying a strategy that isn't a sound.
Okay, so Jace was talking about you got to create your own opportunities.
Yep.
How you create that opportunity is with the Kaja. Now, let me remind everyone what they're working with. You got a Kaja that can pull someone in, but then the follow-up damage is going to be the Valentina, the Akai, as well as the Claude. In those first 2 turtles, will they have enough damage? But before that, let's look at the player head-to-head.
Now, you brought up the fact that it's all leading up to, again, the 2 turtles helping out the core damage dealers, right? Pushing your strategy forward. And who do you have to expect to carry that burden? The gold laners, right? You have here Gado and Gusta Lagusta. Obviously, stats are skewed on over to Gusta Lagusta. And again, this is why I'm so worried for that Claude.
Another thing to worry about is that in a marksman matchup, a 1-1 going up against a Claude will usually take more time as compared to the 1-1. If the 1-1 knows how to play aggressively, she will be able to, walk around, play around with your weak points, and then win that trade. And you've also got a semi-pew for yourself at the same time. The Kufa will definitely linger around the 1-1 side to make sure that this 1-1 get a very good farm and good GPM, but take a look at looking at the head-to-head right now is leaning towards Gusta Lagusta with a 768 versus a Gado which is 626. Expect Gado, especially on the Claude, to play passively.
I would argue that this stats is not 1-to-1 because the way that their games have been progressing is very different. Where RQ Akira, they had very good matches in the group stages, and even though I would say Occupied Thrones had good matches themselves, but it really doesn't give the same results as RQ Akira. So looking at the stats, I kind of feel like, yes, it shows that on average, Gusta Lagusta has been, rocking way more in terms of damage, in terms of gold, but I kind of feel like Gado, he still can match up against Gusta Lagusta, but the thing is, you gotta look at the movements. Who's really putting the pieces together? Who's pushing this, there, getting this, getting that? I feel like that's gonna be the main thing, and that's why, again, I'm really focusing on the transition from the early to mid stages of the game.
And I think that's their main difference. You can argue about stats, how they're taken, what the sample size is, but the fact is, both these players are activated at different times in the game, right? Early game, you can expect Gusta Lagusta to come off. But for late game, Gado has never missed, right? Even with his Lunox, with his Beatrix, with his Claude, now in game 1, we're gonna see exactly how that comes to fruition, all right? For reals this time. Let's do it. RQ Akira versus Occupy Thrones. Mind the jungle rotations. It looks like it's a pure mirror. It's orange to orange.
Another thing that we also seen from other Kajas is that they need to establish that river control, right? To make sure that you know where the enemy jungle is, you protect your jungler from, any sort of invades. At the same time though, I feel like both these 2 teams, take a look, both these 2 roamers, focusing on the mid lane for now.
Right now, Fury is doing quite a lot of damage onto Saigon, and Luis is checking out where everyone is moving because as a Kupra as well as a Kaja, any cash heroes, doesn't really matter who, bush control is super important. Right now, Fury 77 is actually doing a lot more than Saigon is able to going up against Maro and Fury.
The best part about, the Valentina is that, yes, you can clump together, and that's where her passive comes into play, right? The more that you land these spells on top of the heroes, you gain more EXP. Just take a look. Just the difference in the EXP level. Saigon still struggling at level 2. Fury 77 has already hit level 3.
And that helps with Occupy Throne's plans.
Correct.
I'm guessing, because again, that's less pressure on Gado. Takash though.
Oh, very 7-7 found Takashi, but the Char residue just makes him super tanky. He will be able to sustain out of this fight.
They're professional players. If that was me, I would have gone for it. But probably all the skills were in cooldown, and they understand they cannot lose early. So right now, good setup, but Gado not going to get caught by Lewis.
Oh no. Leo spots that there's a little bit of pressure on his gold laner. Catches the Brazilian Heartbreaker.
Oh,
this could be
Lewis gets
dangerous.
hit to the wall. The flicker will be allowing Lewis to save his life. Occupy Thrones has ganked twice. None of them sticks.
All right, so again, full control from RRQ Akira, right? They are not shaken. They're not stirred for sure. And look at King. He's first on the scene, quickly pulling that turtle.
Yeah, 37-7 is something that we need to take a look at, right? He needs to hit level 4 quickly, gain that real world manipulation.
And so far, he's just coming onto the scene. 4v4, pending. Could it be? Turtle less than half health.
Maro is already level 4. He's trying to abduct. It's going to be the Fredrin that takes, but the real one manipulation. Leo takes the first turtle away, and they've already picked up their prize. The RRQ Akira will punish them back.
First blood for a major objective. Lofel, was that worth it?
I honestly feel like it's worth it for RQ Akira because that is what Occupy Trolls want. They want the first 2 turtles, and they understand. And like I said, based on the stats, numbers don't lie. They want to fight first, objective second.
Oh, the infinite, the slow coming out from Sagan is actually helping him quite a lot. Maro and also Fury 77 will not be able to catch anything for now.
So now here's what I'm thinking, right? Half of your team wants to go aggressive. The other half wants to go get objectives. What's Occupy Thrones doing, right? Oh no, he's gonna get sandwiched!
Oh, Maro is going to get absolutely sandwiched by the Akira Brazilian team. No way for Maro to get out there.
So now, Occupy Thrones, they gotta look at the map. They gotta understand their win condition. And it's slightly difficult because, like you said, they're a mishmash of everything. Where it's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of situation with the draft. So Hulk over here, going up against Takashi as of right now, yeah, sure, a lot of trades going on, but nothing really really happening. Looking at what Occupy Thrones really should do is they gotta find a way to get inside the jungle of RQ Akira. But based on draft, easier said than done.
Yep, and there's a cheeky emblem build on Leo. He has a little bit of damage and then didn't go full in on the cooldowns. So that might be something that comes into place.
Oh, it's going to be Sagan actually getting terrified at the same time. Maro jump all the way to the back line. As well as the blazing away from Gado shreds the back line of RRQ.
And King just walks away. RRQ Akira, they lose 1 and they're happy to at least survive. So again, this is the first time I've seen Gado so aggressive so early.
I mean, as an analyst, it's good to feel good, to get it right. Leo here fighting King, but not enough damage as of yet. Like I said, Occupy Thrones, what they want to do is want to get inside the jungle of RQ Akira because, again, bush control. I'm going to stress that until the end of the game.
Yeah, this is the second turtle for now. It's got the members from the RRQ, so already set up base. Leo, on the other hand, doesn't have the ultimate, so they have to be careful. Louis jump all the way in. It's going to be Takashi in the Black Dragon form, looking for some pick off. Leo will be nowhere to be seen. RRQ Akira has full control of the turtle penalty.
Astro Thunder almost single-handedly winning that turtle for RRQ Akira. And now you see what that translates into. King's
Louis,
so confident in the back line.
Louis charging it about. Maro might be the victim right here. It's going to be Louis that gets suppressed, but no follow-up coming up from Occupy Thrones.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? I want to talk about that turtle fight because in that fight, Leo did not have his Hurricane Dance, and this is also very dangerous where RQ Akira, they're really looking at everyone's cooldowns, everyone's spells, and looking at the itemization over here, I would say everyone is optimizing their items. Sorry, God, they're having a lot of penetration as well as the necessary items to actually mitigate the damage.
Something interesting, right? Coming out from the club. But hold on a second. Louis bouncing around, trying to slow down Occupy Throne just a little bit, but it doesn't stick. But back to what I was pointing out. And looking at the items, Gado did not opt for the Swift Crossbow.
And that's something that we'll have to watch out for. Maybe his priorities are elsewhere. Because again, he's playing off kilter. This is a different timing. Gusta la Gusta.
House go in and he tries to smash, but it is going to be the 1-1 that takes him to the air. But he managed to walk out alive.
I'm sorry, I'm an analyst. I cannot explain that.
I can.
Okay, sure. What's going on?
Lapu Lapu broken?
Yeah, no. It's the bravest fighter, and then it converts his second skill to damage reduction. He got extra shields, and that's what helped him survive against Gusta Lagusta. But the turret, not so much. It still sends him home.
It is going to be a turret trade right here for the top and the bottom, but it is going to be RQ Akira focusing on the bottom side where the next turtle will spawn.
Yeah, right now, again, RQ Kira, they're kind of like almost checkmate here. They got the map under control. The way that their damage is coming up, they're going to have it soon. And looks like an engagement coming in. It looks like King is not going to commit.
Nope.
Maro Duns is the one to use the ultimate as well.
Yep. So again, we're still seeing evidence of Occupy Thrones having different timings, and so far, that's what's leading to their stats just spiking up in damage taken. And Maro trying to make a play here for the turtle. It's free.
Oh, it's going to be Maro that will be slain for now. It's going to be Saigon actually going in with the real world manipulation at the same time. It's going to be Furry 77 unable to find his real world manipulation. Takashi coming in, finding Gado. Oh, a triple kill! Over to go to Saigon. Gusta Lagusta cleaning it up.
RQ Kira, they're setting it up very, very nicely. They're making sure Occupy Thrones don't actually move together. You guys can split up because in this kind of matchup, they could kind of take 1v1s all over the place because the way that they're setting up, okay, we're going to set 3 people closer towards the purple buff area. And again, Maro in this case, it's not that he doesn't want to catch anyone, but he doesn't have good choices in front of him.
And looking at the map, that clapback, that sudden turnaround. Again, the shields from the turtle could not have come at a better time. RRQ Akira just making the most of it, pushing all lanes in, mid, bottom to top, and they suddenly have a 4K gold lead.
The fates are definitely smiling for the Brazilian team, right? Everything is all pushed in. They picked up, 2 turtles right off the bat. Occupy Thrones only picking up 1. The mismatch of that tempo coming up from Occupy Thrones is a little bit confusing, and I think the caster, as we clearly point that out.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, right now, for Occupy Thrones, the weight is on the shoulder of Hulk. He right now, he already has enough sustain with the Bloodless Axe to hopefully go in, start the fight. Let RRQ Akira show their faces because without the knowledge of where everyone is, Maro cannot be activated. So for them to win a team fight, Hulk has to smash.
Yep, and Maro only has a dominance ice. There's really not much this Kaja can do, especially then when there's like, 2 or 3 members of RRQ Akira on you. And now concealed play from Luis. Leo pops a heavy spin immediately. And the answer...
Heavy spin will be allowing Leo to pick up that kill, but it's going to be a trade for the objective, throwing that away. Reagan going in real world manipulation, cancelled it right off the bat for now. Occupy Thrones will be able to pick up 1 member for free for the time being.
Now the question, was that planned? The whole heavy spin plus Black Dragon form into a turret, was that worth it?
Looking at the reaction coming in from Occupy Thrones as well as RQ Akira, I don't think that was really planned. It was just reactionary. It's like, I think he overcommitted, so I'm going to try my best to catch him. And that's why we see the pin wasn't really that clean, but it still got the job done.
I think the biggest problem from the side of Occupy Thrones is they don't have bush control. Just take a look how Lewis is just running from one brush to the other. Occupy Thrones, if they want to open that map, they need to walk in.
And that's why vision is so important. Again, Luis, as a traditional tank, a roamer, can just check in clear, clean, right, Maro? Given Kaja's current rework, he is partly tankier, has better sustain, but you can't beat a classic old bouncing ball in the bush, right? So I guess that's what's buying RQ Akira all this space, all this vision, all of this clean engage, and now Luis stretching up. Oh, misses his target.
I think Maro can't really find any angles for this. But in the meantime, Lewis could simply charge up and just jump in it. But hold on a second, that's the target they're looking out for. Takashi, he gets pinned down the wall. Second trying to put down the damage on the side. But look at the back line. It's going to be Lewis trying to make a play. Gano, he got caught. And now Gusta Lagusta is all the way in the back line. Very flickers all across the wall. Takashi, no, he's still alive. It doesn't matter because Saigon will be the one that brings down Leo on the top side.
Isolation, confidence, and pure brutality. Astro Thunder kept away Akai, kept away Leo, and bought that whole team fight for his squad.
This is why synergy is so important because let's make it simple. If you want to catch, you gotta make sure you got enough damage and they don't have enough damage.
Oh no, 1-1 goes in the air. Gustav feeling Gustav after this.
And so far, they're doing so much. They're winning so much on the map. If they stayed maybe a second longer, that inhibitor up top would have been nada. And I guess they're just happy to start taking buffs, taking away major objectives. RQ Akira turning the map blue.
Oh yeah, right now they're really controlling it well. 6,000 gold lead. And again, with the Kufra, you could engage. And the thing is, they will never know what's going on. And even though Kaja is technically a counter towards the Kufra, where it's like, okay, you go in, I'm going to pull you in even deeper. But it's really hard to do that when RQ Akira, with their lineup, they could re-engage very fast. Takashi, King, they could go in just as fast. And even if they can't, Saigon could set it up. Everyone's slowed, everyone can come in as fast as just about anyone else.
And slowly, they're looking. Oh, that Magic Sentry reveals the concealed play. So Occupy Thrones knows exactly what's up. Shenanigans afoot, not on my watch, says Occupy Thrones. That's a level 1 Lord marching up top. And look at how synchronized these waves are. Maybe a little bit off on the bottom lane, but that top lane inhibitor is going to be no more. RQ Akira going for the siege.
Going for the siege right now. Takashi going into black token form. He's looking for the backline. Maro is trying to run away. Hulk, anybody with free food over to this Takashi Dragon.
And bottom lane gonna slowly go away as well. Gusta La Gusta, the wrecking ball, smashing on through. Heavy spin!
Oh, heavy spin catches 2, but he has to duck out. The Red One Manivation going in. Luis charge out, trying to look for the target as well. He's jumping to the core for now, but Gato outputting some free damage. RQ Brazil, they know they're disciplined. They finish up the objective and they run away for free.
Right now, I gotta be critical because this is the point where we see it's not good to have conflicting ideas. When you catch someone, you want to kill them fast. If you want to kill someone fast, you need a lot of burst, not damage per second. So now it's really unsynergistic for Occupy Thrones, where you can catch someone, but who's gonna finish it off? You gotta set up that you don't have to pay off.
Yep. Oh! Close. Oh, fast fingers on Gado. I totally agree, Lafel. By the way, the fact that minute 1 we walked in, we questioned the pacing. We questioned where is this going. It's like watching an action film and it starts with the drama, right? Like you're wondering what's going on.
Yeah, they started with climax. And speaking of the climax, it has landed. Takashi all the way in the back line. Myra will be the first victim, followed by Hulk at the same time. The Real One Manipulation. Gato nowhere to run and nothing to do. They'll defend against RRQ.
RRQ Akira draws first blood, putting the MPL MENA champions up against the wall. It's match point.
Yeah, and again, this is a situation where the draft really matters because Occupy Thrones, individually, they have a lot of strong heroes. But you gotta understand, the 5v5, you gotta make sure that all of them can actually work together synergistically.
It feels like
See how both roamers are actually gonna do their thing, because as the Hilda right now, King is on the Joy. I want to see if the Hilda is gonna put a lot of pressure. Maro is here giving pressure, but unable to really secure the buff. So right now he's just gonna run away.
I mean, it's going to be King zipping, zapping around, but Maro, looking a little bit low. The region kicking in right here. Lewis, the Jit Kundo doesn't connect for now. Maro will walk away, but King uses the ReStream.
Oh, difficult situation. I think RRQ Akira committed a little bit too much to trying to get Maro down, and I think that's mission accomplished. I think Occupy Thrones should be happy for that first minute.
I agree. They really should be happy. So now, what's next? Because looking at how Maro is playing, slowing down Akira's rotation is actually quite key. But then, what's next? They gotta wait for Leo on this Hayabusa to look at all the information that he has. Okay, Maru, where are they? 3 people around the bottom side of the map. Okay, I'm gonna go top. I'm gonna secure a kill.
Yeah, a lot of brush control right here. It's gonna be Maro diving all the way to the back line. King zipping, zapping around once again. No ultimate. I think they're just gonna touch and go.
And this is something that RRQ Akira took advantage of in game 1, right? The fact that Occupy Thrones had no vision. They had to, again, just in the most savage way, check in with Maro's life on the line, but now Maro can just run away.
Yeah, okay, Maro is looking at a good situation, but looking at both sides of the map, I'm looking at EXP as well as gold lane. In terms of damage, I kind of feel like you got more damage around the gold lane. So I kind of feel like if they do want to dive, if they do want to get some kind of engagement, they got to go there. But it looks like right now, they're starting up a fight around Turtle.
King is hovering around the turtle pit. Maro opening it up. Lewis trying to scout around for pickups. If they have to let go of the turtle, it's going to be reset for now.
Wow, the respect from both teams is like, okay,
man.
I understand what you're putting on the table, and I fear it, and I respect it, but who's gonna pull the trigger first? King, just working on this turtle. Still, Tekashi jumps into the back line, knocked out by Hulk. Oh, it started!
Oh, he's going to be starting right now. The turtle will be slain by King. It's Tekashi with the Bearman's Warrior. Leo nowhere to be going. But he's able to slip all the way. Leo only 1 HP. Lewis has to burn the flicker at the same time. The King going in as well. King is just wrecking havoc.
Yeah, that I was surprised. I thought he died as well,
Yeah,
but
same.
I guess he managed to use his ult on time to actually run away from the fight. But look at this, occupied thrones. King is getting. Look at Maro. Look at Maro. Yes, Maro's chasing.
He's chasing.
King is there.
One
And
ultimate,
he got
but
it.
he will be traded by Sagan. I mean, is this worth it?
I think it is, honestly. Anytime a roamer dies for a jungler and you're close to parity, keep doing it.
Right now, I'm looking at the items, and again, I'm gonna stay with my point. If they actually want to get kills, I kind of feel like this is weird, this is uncharacteristic, but they got to go towards the goal lane for both teams. I mean, because Brody early game actually has a lot of damage. In fact, look at this Blade of Heptases. He has the damage. So right now, both teams occupy thrones. I kind of feel like just go up in gold lane.
But neither team are thinking that. Maro is pressuring mid and bottom. I think it comes down to turtle spawn, right? Like they still want to help build that up. And again, here you'll see how the timing, again, is so different for Occupied Thrones because they want to make sure Godway is ready, but wait, they catch Maro.
Oh, Maro, the kick going in as well, but it's a sideway kick. Look at the edge of the real one manipulation. Maro, he walks away like a boss.
I mean, I guess this is why Malaysia likes Hilda, because so annoying. You think you got the kill, but the moment there's a bush there, you kind of always forget how much healing you get from that.
The level of knowing how to balance out the damage from the Maro's Hilda is just way too crazy. And now Gato building in with a clock. Let's take a look at the emblems.
Yeah, looking at the emblems right now, it looks like Leo understands. For some reason, Hayabusa needs a little bit more damage, so he's sacrificing a little bit of his movement speed for the damage. And right now, Luis is going up against Maro, and it looks like Maro is winning the trade. Roamer against Roamer violence.
Again, the fact that they're playing with a Lunox just shows that they're willing to make sacrifices, and it's a full-on engage.
Shadow kill going in at the same time. Gustavo has to run away. Now here comes Ferrari 77. Real own world manipulation. Gusta just walking around, but will get shut down by Ferrari 77. Luis kick Maro all the way back to no man's land. Saigon will pick that up. It's a 1-for-1 trade.
Again, Maro for anyone from RRQ Akira is a good trade, especially since Gado's not suffering just yet. Hey, they put an assist on that gold laner.
And I just like looking at a fight around the gold lane, so now they're freeing things up a little bit. Fury 77 got the
purple?
He protected the purple.
Oh, wow.
It's on him instead of King. So again, that's a check for Occupied Thrones in the mid game.
Everything is going superbly well for Occupied Thrones in a very awkward way. RQ Akira, I don't know. Everything is looking slightly okay for now in terms of the goal lead. Super even.
Oh, you hear that? Conceal Luis looking for an engage, but Maro spots him again. The vision game making the difference.
Yeah, the Hilda is just so annoying to deal with. No wonder everybody hates her.
Yeah, a lot of people hate her, and right now, looking at the items, we got to look at the Eve, where the Brute Force Breastplate has been picked up. So, for Occupied Thrones, if they do want to catch someone out, they got to make sure that they see this item first, because you're going to have to... You have to invest a little bit more into that.
Yep, real world manipulation going in, zoning out Maro away, but the kick will be there. Trying to tell someone, look at how tanky Maro is, but it's gonna be the peel coming in, but Maro, he's still alive though, nowhere for Maro to run finally. The squirrel jump, and he has to fall on the ground someday.
Close call. If only this was maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the game more, then maybe Gado would have gotten a kill or two. But at least they're just trading Maro. Maro's more than happy to be of service to his squad this way and eventually get them to the late game where they're more comfortable. Something I want to talk about. Saigon is owning mid. Saigon, the fact that he hasn't really left this lane as much, is at least keeping RQ Akira in a small lead. Again, that's 1,000 gold.
But King, Maro scouts out King for now, but it's going to be the turtle has already spawned. Occupy Thrones currently working on purple buff for now. Maro's going to engage in and jumping on, but Takashi going in the back line. The Bravest Warrior activating on first, 7 and 12, but it's very 7 responding with the Bravest Warrior, and now they have to run away. The shot kill going in, finding Lewis, but he has to bike out. First 7, Duke on the run as well, just biking out, chucking it down. Lil coming back, taking the turtle away.
Oh, bodies are falling, Luis for Fury,
no,
and it's
not done yet. Occupy Thrones putting pressure on enemy's wound and peeling it apart.
If we see an instant replay, we can see how Occupy Thrones is actually isolating people from RQ Akira, because that's what we were talking about. You got to find a way to isolate members of RQ Akira to make sure that Neo has optimized damage. Now, the way to do it is kind of weird, because Shadow Kill to put everyone together, and once everyone is together, then they start isolating people. So reverse order, but it still works out.
It's isolation
By
with more steps.
Exactly.
It's like, we come together and then we isolate and then we come together again. Occupy Thrones. I think the way that Maro has been playing this Hilda is actually making so much sense. Opening up the map. Everyone somehow is scared of the Hilda.
With the way that Maro had stepped up, originally they had a different shot caller. It was their mid laner previously, Joke. But now it's Fury 77. Maro had to come into the leadership role, and here he's making all the difference. He shrank that gold lead previously about 1,000 and change. Now it's OT who's actually owning the map.
And look at this, the main damage dealer, Lunox, as well as the Brody, already having 2 core items. I would say if they want to fight, this is the time to fight, because you gotta engage the Brody before he gets his Blade of Despair. Once that is online, this is a very scary Brody. Lunox, just by having 2 items, right? Lightning Truncheon as well as the Clock of Destiny, you can already wreak havoc.
And thinking of the possibilities, right? We really haven't seen the full potential of Gado just yet. He can even survive when King tries to dive him. But so far, RQ Akira have picked up on it. Hey, Occupy Thrones are owning more of the map. We should watch out. Takash tries to engage, cancels it. Oh, no, Leo!
It's so hard to see Hayabusa just jumping in back and forth like that. Leo, super slick on this. This is the assassin that he's comfortable with. Maro gets slowed down by the E for now. Leo, he actually catches Gusta Luca, but have to run away. Look at how much Gusta Luca hurts.
Look at this, it's very crazy, but Luis gets a kick.
Luis got a K for 7-7, actually blowing down the real world manipulation. Icon following suit, but he gets cancelled by Hog at the same time. Torn apart memory, not tearing people apart. From the side of QI Thrones, it's gonna be Leo coming into the shadow kill all the way to the back line. King looking to below the Shuriken there to finish the King off. Hog will be there to say hi to Takashi. Backsaw because Occupy Throne pick up a good kill.
Look at the way Occupy Thrones is approaching the fight. Leo is the one engaging. He's giving the idea, I'm gonna use my Ogi Shadow Kill, and that forces the members of RQ Akira to actually move together.
Maro running away, running for the hills at the same time. He's super fast. RQ Akira cannot catch up.
He is just zooming on throughout the map. He's been doing this since minute 1, and Fury 77 answers.
Real world manipulation goes in again. Saiyan has to back off.
Something tells me Occupy Thrones needs to go a little faster. The fact that they took the Lord in under 10 seconds, they should just take advantage of the lead.
And like I said, Lunox really just needs these 2 items, and Leo really showing that he's training his brains off, because he's not really committing, but he's making RQ Akira to think, I could commit, but will I commit? And that's really ruining RQ Akira's in the way that they want to position themselves around the map.
Yes, and that's what RQ Akira has been doing so well. In the games that they win, it's their pace, it's their tempo, and Occupy Thrones, their off-kilter way of playing the gold laner and assassin roles are throwing them off, and they're starting with a quad shadow into a shadow kill.
Quad shadow kill, gotta go all the way in the back line as well, but he's gonna get all the way in. Gonna be, oh no, his Gado's still alive, going in the burnings as well. Burning 7-7, pick up a double kill at the same time. It's gonna be Occupy Thrones, cracking over the mid lane for now. It's gonna be the secondary engage coming up from Leo. King coming in to try to make things work, but Hope super tanky. First 7, but look at Maro. He's here with the ultimate. How King's down the King.
1-4-3. Say what you will about a gold laner being traded for 3 members, but they're converting out of their minds a top lane tier 2 plus a tier 2 in mid.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen a support assassin That is Leo right there. The Shadow Kill, more of like a fake engagement tool, and he is super sleek. Shadow Kill once again, all the way through dodging Takashi, but he will fall, unfortunately. But there is so much time being bought by Thrones.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen a better example of a caster curse? The moment he talks about a player, oh, this guy's good. Oh, he got sacrificed. Speaking of which, Luis gets a kick on tomorrow.
Kick on tomorrow, but where's the follow-up coming out? King is actually jumping around. He has to go into the ultimate, but it doesn't connect. Occupy Thrones know they're one member down. They have to disengage.
Look at that fat wave that Occupy Thrones have left down bottom. Gusta needs to clean some house. So again, at least we're seeing some effects of Occupy Thrones. I'd rather say exotic tempo, right? It's throwing RQ Akira off their own pace, and that's what explains this 4K, maybe 3.5K gold lead at 12 minutes.
Here's the thing, you gotta make sure your opponent doesn't know your next move. Speaking of which, another move that's happening!
It's gonna be a disaster happening in the main lane. Maro is definitely trying to run away. Take a one manipulation. Gado, whoa! Get artillery strike from the sky. Two members from the side of Occupy Thrones has gone down in a very unfortunate moment.
2 for none. RRQ Akira are shrinking this gold lead, and this Lord is looking dangerous. It's luminous.
Yeah, right now Luis is really saying, Depo is like, okay, you know what, enough of this. If I see absolutely any of you, I'm gonna catch you off guard, and my team is gonna follow up. A concealed play is happening. Is anyone gonna get sacrificed?
Oh Lord, at less than half health. Luis's eyes on Maro. Hulk not even gonna get any closer. King is gonna retribution that Lord to oblivion, and RQ Akira back in this game.
Yes, RQ Akira definitely will be regaining a lot more control, a lot more goal momentum as well. But hold on a second, Hulk. Oh, King, he gets terrified as well, but he's able to dash out alive. But for instance, they say, no, I'm gonna pull you down with a flicker first kill.
Any other team would have waited for the rest of their members to come on and then made a plan, but not Occupy Thrones.
I gotta say, looking at both these teams right now, I think they're playing with emotion. They're not really like, all right, this is the strategy. It's like, no, me angry, me fight.
Me kill.
Me kill.
Hulk. Me Hulk, just literally what Occupy Thrones doing right now. Leo going in. I don't know what he can do against Gusta Lagusta though. Wind of Nature will be activated but now, but will go into nothing but Occupy Thrones. Oh, memory! Tears the Hayabusa up.
Me find Brody.
Me kill. That's how single dimension right now Occupy Thrones has evolved into. But it's going to be RQ Akira gaining control. This game has devolved into something very crazy.
Yep, this is going to be a difficult defense for Occupy Thrones now that RQ Akira has regained part of the map. They have a very small lead. Vision though, Occupy Thrones knows a little bit more. Oh, successful Lord defense, but wait!
Luis, he's kicking for 7-7, saying right to the real one manipulation. Just buying some time. Takashi just slashing down Occupy Thrones. Maro will be the victim, and now it's going to be Takashi just buying some time to try to push down, using the minions, trying to land out some turret damage, but Occupy Thrones successfully defends for now.
I gotta give it over to Leo, not Occupy Thrones Leo, caster Leo, because you called it out. Occupy Thrones, they should have fought a little bit faster because now RQ Akira, they got the tempo back on their own field based off Luis saying, guys, I had enough, let's go.
Yeah, of course, the real man, Malaysia Gado is out of the fight for now. He has to go back and reset. Look at how, taking half HP. Leo, what are you doing? Right into Shadow Kill, but he's actually doing something well. Maybe I push RQ Akira all the way back, but the stun coming in. The Wind of Nature activated the handful. Ultimate misses. Gusta Lagusta, he likes it as Furry 77 replies with a revenge.
1 for 1, both key members of both the squads. Luis gonna make it home safely. Maro still looking for bodies again. It's that savage, that instinctive, that very intrinsic way of playing Mobile Legends still on display here in this 16 minute bout. Let's take a look at the items.
Here's the thing, I thought the Brody had a Blade of Despair. He's like, no, I totally have way more than enough damage because now he has the Demon Hunter sword, so he has extra attack speed. So if anyone wants to tank, they can try. They legit can try, but they won't be able to get away with it. Looking at the itemization, he has the answer towards the Lunox. He has the answer towards the Hayabusa. So it's counterintuitive, but maybe don't go for the Brody first. take members one by one, leaving him alone, and then go for it.
And that's way too many decisions, I believe, for Occupy Thrones to make right now, given the sudden clapback that RQ Akira put on the board. Permanent damage to their mid, to their top, and now they force an ult from Gado.
Oh, that may be big.
Oh
and now
my
Gado will
God.
get kicked right into real woman invasion. Look at Leo in the background. Lucas, that could be the win of elimination at the same time. Leo to chase, but Lucas has proven super slick as well. And now Leo is the one that has to come from the hills. It's going to be the assassin on the run right here, the king. But oh, Leo, where is he going? I don't know where, but it's going to be the Winnets coming out from RQ Akira. And Occupy Thrones have to go back and try to defend. But no, RQ Akira is showing them they want to make sure that Occupy Thrones doesn't go back for the fight.
Oh no! Those minions are getting cleared though. The fight is still continuing. Hog still alive, torn apart memory, taking down the Fredrin.
Taking down the Fredrin as well. 37-7 respawn just in time. It's going to 3 members. Sega doesn't really have the ultimate as well, so he is going to be cleared up by 37-7. That is an emergency situation.
You know what? This game just got turned out to be so much fun. Gado 0, 3, and 4. He's looking for his moment. He's looking for that opportunity. But because he's looking for that opportunity, Luis sees him first. And be like, you can go into brilliance. I can still catch you, dude.
That's why they call him the Brazilian heartbreaker, right? Like, you want to do something and you're so sure you can, but Luis just says, no, not on my watch. Let's take a look at this Lord. It is indeed evolved, ladies and gentlemen, so it has that extra ability. It can help clear waves, hurt opponents on the defense, all the worse. And again, at least Occupy Thrones, they have Mano here in this pixel brush. I wonder, how can they find a catch?
So much bush control here from the side of RQ. Occupy Thrones, they do have some form of bush control, but Leo is super ballsy right here, trying to look for any form of puzzle to shadow kill as well. But Occupy Thrones has a very wide open base. They have to stem that bleeding for now. RQ Brazil will start that Lord.
In this fight, look at Luis. He's looking for it. He's looking for Gado. He's looking for Leo. He's dictating the fight. If no one touches Gado in this up-and-coming fight, it could be all Occupy Thrones. But if Luis catches him, there's gonna be trouble.
Oh, Astro Thunder not letting go. Oh, finally the Lord gets reset. But look at this, the Y bush to the east. Huge presence from Occupy Thrones there. Oh, RQ gonna commit, conceal play.
He's looking for a conceal play as well. Hog will be the victim for now. It's got all the members of the RQ Wolf climbers in it. But Furry 77 is actually running run. Hog trying to buy some time, but not enough. It's gonna be Furry 77 jumping all the way in. Second has to run for now. Meryl does have the king, but the king is actually trying to dish a dash. Because Lucas is finally joining the fight right now. Just like hard damage. RQ Brazil definitely carrying. And then there was laid on Furry 77 and Gado at the same time. There is no way for Meryl to follow them.
2 for none so far, and RQ Akira happy with the results. No free Lord for neither squad. They both have to reset. 2K gold lead for the boys from Brazil.
Small mistake by Gado just now, but hold on, this could be a bigger mistake by King. He went inside a 1v2.
As time goes by, the amount of mistakes that you'll start to make will escalate. Takashi already using the ultimate now, but it's going to be Leo. Oh no, he get caught. Gusta Lugusta, he is here. The real one manipulation, the wind construction going in. The quad shadows, not enough.
Too much to expect Leo to survive that. That's basically all the surviving members of RQ Akira looking for revenge for their fallen jungler. Now, as quickly they turn to the Lord.
Okay, here's the thing, Occupy Thrones. You got 2 members going up against 4. How ballsy are you to go in? Because right now Luis is going for Maro. Looks like they're abandoning the Lord. They're going for a fight.
They're going for the fight as well. Gonna going in all the way into Brilliance. We'll start this out. Hulk is actually going in as well. Gets slowed infinitely. Real One Man Division going in for his 7-7. Holding on to the ultimate of the Lapu Lapu. Instead, Occupy Thrones. This Lord fight has gone on way too long.
Numbers don't lie. We said it before the game even started. RQ Akira, if they see Lord, if they see members of the opponent team, we're going for the opponent team. We like fights a little bit more. But right now, they're securing the Lord for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
No way Occupy Thrones can get it. King secures it.
Yes.
Jays, this is what they call a Lord dance. All right, this happens about 4 or 5 times per game in a Filipino match in the MPL. And I have to say, RQ Akira have done so well to orchestrate it, and Occupy Thrones did their best to respond. And that's why it lasted so long. We were originally looking at an 18-minute Lord. Now it's scaled up. It's a 21-minute Lord marching down mid.
This is very scary for Occupied Thrones because now there's almost no way for you to isolate anyone. Lord comes in. Lewis tries to find someone.
Oh, Hulk in the middle to take on the damage as well. Psycho will start with the real one, elimination first. 77 doesn't really have the ultimate to work with. The Lord is already chunking down on the Occupied Throne's core. Marrow is desperately trying to buy some time, but argue, but still focus down the roof of Occupied Thrones. And now there's one member down as well. Occupied Thrones buys some precious time, but for how long?
Oh, they cleared the minion waves. King brought
Leo.
one through the bottom. Leo very low.
Leo very low. Psycho will be there to clean it up. It's now going to be a 3v5 in the favor of Argue as well. Lewis will actually fall down and sacrifice at the same time. Hulk is absorbing so much damage, but he will not be there for long. Psycho going in the real one manipulation at the same time, but Gusta going in for the crazy plays. Go ahead. Nothing left for Occupied Thrones.
May have taken a while longer, but RRQ Akira have found a way. They're sending the MPL MENA champions home tonight. GG, well played, and thank you to Occupy Thrones, but RRQ Akira moves on to the next round.
Saying they did well is an understatement. They understand what was going on, and then they, with the experience that they have, they know how to fight against it. They know how to fight against Occupied Thrones, and even though Occupied Thrones has been eliminated, I gotta say good sportsmanship because smiles are all around.
Just let it soak in, ladies and gents. Occupied Thrones, I think they outdid themselves. Maro, on the other hand,